Emily of ACAB fame is typing. Oh man, I'm gonna be so excited if this fucking live stream. I'd be so okay. Let's see. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Salami lid. Salami lid. Salami lid. If I put the salami lid on the salami lid. If I put the salami lid. If I put the salami lid on the salami lid. Salami lid. That's actually great. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if you're familiar with that meme. That's a meme from TikTok. I've been perusing TikTok recently. I've been quite a fan. And one of the memes that I saw, one of the more recent memes rather that I saw was on a black man who works at, I believe, Subway, trying to put the lid of a salami container. And they remixed it by putting an echo, reverb on it. So he's saying a salami lid and a salami lid. And then he puts a salami lid, and it was great. It was tremendous. I find it quite humorous. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's do a stream. Let's do a live stream. I just had some Chick-fil-A, a wonderful experience at Chick-fil-A. Anybody that's ever tried to cancel Chick-fil-A deserves to get canceled by me, just in the sense of the amount of effort they put to make sure that you're satisfied at Chick-fil-A. That's the part that I hate. People were willing to cancel such an amazing place like Chick-fil-A for what? What? Because they hate gays. All right, what's wrong with that? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a joke. I think they try to cancel it for being uh, a pro-Christian organization, or their leadership is pro-Christian. So I think they try to get canceled for that, which is just dumb, because they make the best. Chick-fil-A makes the best, not only the best chicken, but also the best service. I didn't even have to get out of the car. I didn't even have to get out of the car. I just had to remain in the car, and they deliver to you. All you need to do is just order on the app. That's why I enjoyed it very much. Not only because of the food being amazing, but I also enjoyed the fact that they were so gracious, where they say "my pleasure" at the end of everything. That's the thing that I like. Yes, I'm here, Piggy. Don't worry. Says Daniel. I already want to off myself. That's cool. YouTube sucks. I hate YouTube. Every time I upload and I spend time making a video, and I instead no, I went with a friend. I didn't have a car. They don't trust me behind the wheels of a car, of a four-wheeled vehicle. So I went with a friend of mine. But the thing that I hate about YouTube is that I'll upload a video after, spending some time, coming up with ideas, researching old books, looking at stuff, and I'll put something on YouTube. And I think my past couple of videos have been great ideas. How to cheat at Pokemon using magic, how to cheat at tests, and it gets 14 views. It gets 14 views, considering the amount of time I spent on each video. And then I'll make another one on TikTok with no effort whatsoever, 3.5 million. 115,000. What am I doing? What am I doing with fucking YouTube? Everything I put on YouTube is slammed down, even if it's a tremendous, fantastic idea with SEOs, quality SEOs, and even this little bit of a hot stream. Look at that. I'm guaranteeing that not everyone, not even a fraction of the people that put the notification bell have received the notification bell for this particular fucking stream. That's the part that's a little bit aggressive. I'm not going to stop posting. I'm not going to stop posting. YouTube thinks they can get rid of me. Guess what? You're going to try harder, motherfucker. You're going to have to try harder, all right? Ain't no way you're getting rid of me. Ain't no way you're not going to see my face, okay? Well, maybe you might not, because, you're not going to get the notification for the video. It might not pop up in your sub feed. But either way, I'm still going to be posting. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm still going to keep posting. All right, YouTube, right here. Right here, Susan. You fuck. You dumb bitch. I actually did get a notification for the first time ever to this channel with this video. See, there you go. For the first time ever. For the first time ever. That's great. Because I know people that have been, both, that have put both the all notification and subscribed, and they still don't get notifications, which is quite shite. But I guess that's YouTube. That's YouTube being YouTube. I feel like I have more of a reach with PigCake Plus than on this particular channel. I feel like I might just scrub this channel and start over and say fuck it. Start over, make another PigCake, call it PigCake 2, and try to start over and not get, whatever YouTube has decided to put me on, which is quite tremendous. Maybe they saw the DMC video and your camera worked. Yeah, I know. I changed the setting, RB. Okay, I changed the setting. It was a stupid setting. I fucked up. I fucked up because I put a setting that was a point autofocus as opposed to zone autofocus. All right, and then Daniel had the balls to say, "Oh, after all the shit you talk about my manual lens, it was user error. I forgot to change the setting." Okay, but had I not changed it, or had I changed the setting to the appropriate thing, it would be perfect. It would be amazing. All right, so you and your fuckery. Maybe you should just solve puzzles while doing mukbang and ASMR videos. Well, that's the thing, because I've looked up the previous videos. There's been a specific reason as to why I've made those videos in particular. How to cheat at Pokemon. How to cheat at, for example, at school tests, right? Because I've looked up what people are looking for. And those are trending topics. Those are trending topics. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the entirety of the planet, with Google being #1. So I've looked up what people are looking for, and even then, it's still shit. So I feel like at this point, it's definitely YouTube. It's not me. I'm never gonna blame myself. I feel like it's 100%, 100% YouTube. But that's fine. That's okay. I'm still gonna keep posting. I'm still gonna keep being a hashtag virgin on that for as long as I'm alive. For as long as I'm alive. So pending some sort of unforeseen cancer or AIDS reaches my insides, well, that's maybe the only reason why I'll stop posting. But this was an interesting week so far. We've had an interesting week. I've had an interesting day today. I've uploaded some hot stuff to Patreon. That was interesting. Good idea. A little bit of a topic on why you shouldn't run when you're not being chased. Too many people say that. Explain that. I think I have a video coming up here on YouTube. That's going to be quite interesting. I've been posting a lot on TikTok, which is quite fun. Just in a sense of me being able to post whatever I want and still see that number. When you get instead of having that consequence, what's the opposite of consequence? Reward. There you go. When you see the actual reward of views coming in for that. So I've been uploading on TikTok quite a bit, which is quite atrocious. Because I've realized now on TikTok, the majority of people on there, in terms of content creators, are underage girls twerking. I know. Listen, I'm not advocating for it, all right? Every time I see that, I press not interested because I don't want that. But it's there. It's there, and you're going to have to live with it. So that's one thing that's interesting. I just saw Magician Roasted posted this thing about this book that just came out, by the way. I have that other tab open. I just saw it right now. And it's on that Tommy Wonder book. Or sorry, Tommy Wonder project that the two feminist magicians tried to do. So that's I guess something that I'm doing some active research on. I don't think I'm going to make a video on that entirely. I don't think I'm going to make an entire video on this, but it's a project called Modern Wonder, where they took some Tommy Wonder ideas and they modernized them for today's audiences. They made some of them gender neutral, as stated here on the advert. And what else here did they mention? They've done it for a more progressive audience. That's another thing that they've changed. They've changed a couple tricks for a more progressive audience, which I just find quite funny. But I need to do some research on that and see if that's actually, not shit. Because I don't want to have my bias, my Arab bias come in and immediately assume that just because it's two women that it's going to be terrible. So I need to, that was a joke. All right, YouTube, that was a joke. So what I need to do is I need to do some due diligence, and maybe it could be a great project. Maybe it could be a fantastic project. So we'll look at that. Let's see. I wonder if it's vulgar content with YouTube and how notifications get notified. Well, the way they see it is that if you are somebody that doesn't necessarily look, so everything is a fucking calculated by them. So if you are somebody that put notifications on this channel, right? The way YouTube works is that they will send you the notifications consistently if you click on that video immediately, which is shite, because I don't know how many times I get notifications for a video to a channel that I have the notification bell icon on, and I just watch it later. So if you don't watch that video immediately, it tells the algorithm, hey, you're not watching videos even though you're getting sent notifications, so we're going to send you less notifications, which is fucking retarded. But even if you press send me all notifications, they still factor that in. So it's quite a shit system. So why the fuck should I bother? I mean, ideally I should think, why should I bother? But YouTube's not gonna stop me. All right, I'm not gonna keep. I'm not gonna stop posting. You fuck. So I'm sorry. I also had a little bit to drink, which is why I'm not really putting together sentences in my usual highfalutin fashion. I wonder. Okay, I already read that one. Is that hair conditioner or shampoo? This is conditioner. I've realized after having quite long hair. Let me see if that focuses here. You shouldn't wash your head quite often. You shouldn't. What do you call this? Wash your hair as much as people do because that's not good for you. As a matter of fact, I think I shampoo maybe once a week, but I condition every day. I condition every day, and my hair has never felt better. So that's one thing that you should do if you have long flowing hair. And conditioner, this one also smells great, so I use it, and it makes me smell quite fantastic. I even rub it on my chest. So I even put it in my beard. I even put it in my beard and my chest and my penis when it's not completely clean after using that Martin Luther King powder that completely takes off the hair from your ball sack. When I don't use that, I use this and put it in my nuts. Gender neutral Tommy Wonder project. Wow, BRB jumping off the nearest bridge. Well, here's the thing: you can't equate the entire project to being gender neutral, right? And that's the entirety of the project, and that's what you should come up with as an assessment on the project. However, that is part of the marketing. That is part of the marketing that they've modernized a lot of Tommy Wonder stuff for the progressive audience, which is kind of interesting. So Magician Roasted 2.0 on Instagram recently posted on that. As a matter of fact, just now. Let me see if there's any comments. I always love looking at the comments on his posts. I don't know if you're familiar with that particular channel or that particular account. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorites, just in the sense of the comments that they get on it. Let me see, Magician Roasted. I hate, by the way, doing this. I know I have a wonderful fucking setup on the computer where it does transitions and everything's beautiful, but I'm not trusting my internet. I'm not trusting my internet, so I'd rather live stream off my fucking phone like a plebeian. Let's see if they still have 13 comments. Did you miss the post where you dragged Dan Harlan for his Tommy Wonder series? Oh, this guy's in Miami. The name of this account is Miami Mind Reader. I read minds in Miami. Oh, so this guy's here. I could literally meet him. And ran out of toilet paper. Luckily, the situation is under control, and it's a picture of Donald Trump's book, The Art of the Deal. So he's implying that he's used that as toilet paper. I mean, I guess that's a thing. So this is somebody that commented on that post, which is quite interesting. Yeah, I love his posts. I really do. But holy shit, man. Holy shit. Right off the bat, my Arab instinct wants to immediately scream haram and get a stick no bigger than my thumb and just go, no, do not desecrate on the grave of Tommy Wonder. No. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's great. Maybe this is actually a tremendous project. So I got to check it out and see if it's anything of value. But the posts and the comments here are quite substantial. Let me see if I could illustrate one here. I'm a retard. I just fucking exited out of it like I'm an inbred retard. I'm sorry you have to get a close-up view of my face. This is just... Okay, I got another comment here on my Instagram. What's this one? God damn it. Okay, let me go back here. Man, wow. Talk about boomer. Magician Roasted. Okay, Magician Roasted returns. There you go. Let's see the comments. So the comments are quite substantial so far. Ben Train responded with question mark, question mark, question mark. RBS replied here. So RB, you replied here. As a matter of fact, you said, the advertisement I got said to also buy the Books of Wonder. Why would I buy something that apparently needs to be updated? It says RBS coming in with that hot logic. Ben Train says, if it's good, I'm all for it. And Magician Roasted responds, well, ask yourself, Ben, is it likely to be good considering what they're trying to achieve? Tommy Wonder, really? The methods and effects aren't dated. If the guy was alive, he'd still be relatively young. Not to mention that he is arguably the GOAT, and they're trying to improve his work. Really, it's shameful. Ben Train responds, I could think of some reasons why it could be shameful, like if the Wonder family or owner of the estate said no, but Vernon was great, happy to see modern takes. Del Rey was great, and I'm happy to see modern approaches to his work. I'm not sure what the problem is that you feel Tommy's work is too good to touch? Yes, and they're certainly not good enough to touch it. That's two different arguments. I adamantly disagree that a work can be untouchable, but to each their own. As far as being good enough, we'll wait and see. So that's a good logical approach. Usually I thought it would have been like the aggressive thing. And Miami Mind Reader says, did I miss the post where you dragged Dan Harlan for his Tommy Wonder series, implying that he hasn't dragged Dan Harlan for his Tommy Wonder series? But I mean, Dan Harlan's a G. Dan Harlan is tremendous, and if he saved that Penguin Live lecture with that fucking mentalist, I forget what his name is now, the esoteric guy that he made like orbs appear apparently in his hand, and that was the whole thing. I can't believe I fucking forget the guy's name now. Bill Montana. If he saved that Bill Montana lecture, Dan Harlan can save absolutely anything. So yeah, Magician Roasted is really adamantly against that. Didn't Illusionist come up with a rehashed version? Illusionist came up with a rehashed version of that fucking trick. I think they called it. What are the name of the dudes that touch your balls when you go to an airplane? The TSA. That they had a new version of that classic trick, that classic Tommy Wonder trick, where the wallets, the ring, the watch, and the wallet, where the ring reappears in your finger, the money reappears in your wallet, and then the watch reappears after all being placed in an envelope. It's the best trick in Magic of all time. I think there's no trick that could definitely beat that. But I think Illusionist came up, Adam Wilber came up with the shittiest version of that, which is with a phone, I think money, and then I think a watch too. And he put it inside of like a TSA bag. And the TSA bag looked exactly like what it was, which is a two-walled compartment. I remember seeing that and I wanted to punch a baby, just how angry I was. Are you guys in his Discord, says Ashton? Well, funny enough, the other day I was in the Illusionist Discord, and I kept getting what I was doing, by the way, I was sitting in the kids lounge. So they have like a lounge, a creative lounge where kids magicians can go back and forth with ideas. I might do it after this stream. As a matter of fact, I might do it after this stream and go on the Illusionist Discord and go on the children's table and just hang there. I had my microphone muted, and I had a bunch of people come in and go, "Hey, PigCake, hey, what are you doing, PigCake?" And I didn't respond. I was also editing a video, so I think that's a fun thing to do if you're bored. Just go to the kids' table on Illusionist. I'm going to do it after this one, as a matter of fact. Now I realize that I could definitely do that. Magician privilege. Magician saws a woman in half and gets applause. I saw a Craigslist hooker. Oh, I saw a Craigslist hooker in half, and there's a police investigation. That is true. That is true. You're right. That is something that magicians only get when it comes to that. Although now you got to be progressive when it comes to the woman getting sawed in half. Now the magician has to be the one that gets sawed in half by his assistant. Cameron Lyon says yes, they did. I think Adam Wilber. Yeah. So Adam Wilber was the one that came up with that terrible version of the classic trick. But I agree with Magician Roasted. I agree with Magician Roasted. I think that Tommy Wonder's work is so fucking good that it really doesn't need any modern take. Like his stuff was so far advanced, even for the 70s and 80s, that it's still relevant today. Maybe the only trick that wouldn't be relevant, which I mean, yeah, I still see matchboxes. I get matchboxes in restaurants. There's a trick where he has a lighter, and the lighter doesn't work, and then he does this, and then the lighter turns into a book of matches. He takes out a box of matches, takes out a match, strikes it, and then lights his cigarette. That could still work today. As a matter of fact, the other day I went to a cigar lounge and they gave me a box of matches. So even today that would work. His stuff is so fucking good that it's really held up even to this time. I mean, he died in 2007? And his books, the Books of Wonder, I think were published in 70s. Maybe the late 70s, if I remember correctly. They're still probably the best books you could get on magic. So, I mean, I guess it would be an interesting project to look up and not to update, but to kind of rework his stuff, right? And kind of, interpret it your own way. But at the same time, I don't know if these people could handle that. I don't know if Carissa and Kayla could definitely handle that. Again, I'm only saying that without looking at the project. I'm going to look at the project and then give a little bit more of a actual legitimate review, because I'm not going to fall to reading the headline, right? Reading the headline and then making my assessment based on the headline. Like I was going to say like the Clown News Network, but that makes me sound too let me bring in Joe Biden. I was going to say that that's maybe why this channel is dying. That's probably why this channel is dying, because people think that I'm an alternative right, that I'm somebody that's in the alternative right, and I'm not. I'm not in the alternative right. I'm the alternative left. I advocate. I'm ACAB. I'm ACAB all the way. I've been ACAB before ACAB was a thing. Look at that. I have a cardboard cutout of Joe Biden. My channel should be promoted right now. I don't know why my channel's dying. There should be no reason why my channel's dying. If anything, I should be right now promoted on the trending page because of my love for our future president. The fuck? The fuck's going on here? So yeah, so I need to actually see the project and see what's up with that. Go back to the reveal and annoying intro. Oh, go back to the no face reveal and annoying intros. I thought you meant like the reveal videos. You know which videos are getting a lot of views? Of what do you call this? Those they're still getting a lot of views. The fucking foolish reveals, the fake foolish reveals that are quite terrible because most of them are incorrect. Those still get massive views. I'm still wondering because I was looking up YouTube the other day trying to copy ideas from channels that work, and I saw that those videos are still getting new views, which fucking drives me nuts. Making judgments without having done more than a minimum amount of research. Yeah, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I'm about researching as much as you can and then making judgments based on that. And also making judgments based on logic and not emotion. Logical arguments, not based on how you feel. Making prejudgments about people just based on superficial values such as skin color. The real question is, who are Kayla and Carissa to think that they could somehow improve a legend's work after he's dead? If Jabrizi did this, Kayla would probably try to cancel him again. Well, they got permission from the estate. They got permission from Tommy Wonder's estate, and they got the blessing, and they worked with the estate, which I imagine means his immediate family. So it's not like they're doing this on their own. They're doing this after getting permission, and they're doing it after, getting that, going through that route, which is at least better than just doing it raw dog, I guess. But who knows? Who knows? It could be a bust. It could be tremendous. But I do like reading the responses to that. What I love about Magician Roasted, by the way, is that, for example, he'll have a page or he'll have a post where the post is about some, fucking magician doing some cringy shit, right? And then that one gets, a normal amount of comments. And then anytime he touches any female in Magic, it gets 70 comments. It gets 70 comments. Emily ACAP comes out and says, "Excuse me, what's this? You're talking about a female magician. She's trying her best." So that's the typical stuff you get on his page. I really wish it wasn't an anonymous one though. I don't like that. I don't like the amount of anonymous Magic roasting pages there are on Instagram. I wish everybody was out there and showed their faces. Mind you, this is coming from a dude that didn't show his face for 3 years on his YouTube channel. But you know what? All right, I'm showing my face now. All right, I'm not hiding. All right, yeah, you don't know my name, but that's fine. That's a good thing. Okay, it's better that you don't know my name. That way you don't get put on a list. You don't get put on a list if you know my name. If you know my name, you get put on the list. You get put higher up on the list. And then they're going to ask you guys and go, "Hey, what about PigCake? Is there any behavior that PigCake has done that makes you question the freedom of others? Do you think that PigCake is a threat to our national security?" Yes. Yes, I do think PigCake is a threat to national security. Who says we don't know your name? That's funny. Yeah, you're right. Well, at least I haven't made it public. I'm sure you could probably figure it out based on certain things and based on, I don't know, a modicum of research, just a tiny amount of research. But I don't put it public. I don't like that. I don't want to put it public. But you see my face, though. That's all that matters. Maybe you just need to appear and fool us. Maybe I need to go that route and just game it. I've been working on advertisement, too. So I've been working on advertisement for the channel's advertisements. This last campaign that I tried was kind of shite, and I know why. I didn't have anything interesting in the first 5 seconds. I just roll up in a motorcycle, and then that's my ad, right? I roll up in a motorcycle, I call you, and I say, "Hey, do you want, you have a big dick, check my channel out." So that's the sort of stuff, and that worked before when I first started the channel. But I need to rework it and make it a little bit more engaging in the first 5 seconds of that. I was actually having a good conversation with a friend of mine yesterday who actually works in that particular field. If you're not on a list at this point, you're either a Fed or a King PH. get. What I love, by the way, is Turner actually put me onto the show. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it, which is a show where they have a bunch of people, normal people, and they put them in jail. So they put these people in jail. They tell the inmates that they're installing cameras to better monitor them, but really those cameras are for the show. And they put these regular people in prison, and they have to survive for I think a month in prison. And my favorite thing is that I've seen videos where the prisoners are sitting down having lunch, and the person comes in. Yeah, it's called 60 Days In. The person comes in, and they go, "Yeah, that's a Fed. Yeah, that's a cop. That's a cop." It's happened 2 or 3 times that I've seen it. I've only been able to watch the show in terms of bits, in like little bits and pieces, because if I fucking see it, I cringe because I'm like, these guys are trying their best to fit in, but they're also looking like absolute narcs. Imagine if I come in, right? So imagine if I come in and I'm looking for, I don't know, drugs, and I go, "Hey guys," or I'm looking to sell drugs, which, by the way, this has happened to me. This has happened to me before, maybe a month or two ago, which was quite hysterical. But some guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, hey, hey man, I have Molly, I have cocaine, I have whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna be walking around. Just let me know if you need anything. Okay, just let me know." You're gonna go, "That guy's a cop. That guy's a cop." And if I solicit him for drugs, um, he's uh, he's gonna arrest me immediately. That's happened to me. That's happened to me numerous times, numerous fucking times. It's the same shit with that show. You come in and you act a certain way, and they're gonna go, "Oh, that's a cop. That's a cop." So you were looking to sell drugs a month ago. No, I misspoke, RB. I'm sorry. All right, I've had two mango smashes. That show's hilarious. I've been really considering purchasing your boy Peter Turner's Isabella's 3. Do you know anybody else that has a recommendation or thought on that one in particular? Yeah, Brian. Brian, who usually comes up, which I'm Brian. He comes up from time to time and he swears by Isabella Star 3. I've personally been molested by that. I remember first time I met him. That's one of the first things Turner did, and he put it right in my ass. He put it right in my ass. I remember seeing it years ago and thinking, "This is shit. This will never work." What do you mean? You're gonna get a name, somebody's date of birth, and their star sign with this fucking anagram and shit? No way that's gonna work. And then he did it on me. He told me the name I'm thinking of, my birthday, my exact fucking birthday, and my star sign. And I'm like, "Okay, it works. It works. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Ni hao. Ni hao. I made a mistake." So yeah, it's definitely worth it. But it does take a little bit of time to get it like he does it. Brian did Isabella Star to me. Well, I tried learning it. And you really need to do it the way he does it. The way he does it is very fucking like he gets all the info that he needs before you even know what's going on. And I've made the mistake of taking my time and thinking, "Oh, okay, is there a K? Is there an R? Is there an A?" No, no, you got to do it. Like you have to know the system backwards and forwards in order to do it with any sort of semblance. Any sort of semblance of, I almost died there, I'm sorry. Any sort of semblance of not getting caught. Jesus fucking Christ. In one season, one of the plants actually ends up running a pod and even beats a dude for snitching when he was a snitch the entire time. That's wild. That's fucking wild. Yeah, I need to watch that just for the sake of it. But that show's too cringe, man. I can only watch the snippets. I can only watch the snippets, and after that, I get fucking fucked because I just die of cringe. Hey Piggy, are you ever gonna make your own playing cards? Yeah, I know. All right, I need to. I think my designer said that he was done doing the templates, so now that should be the next thing. Supersede to go over, to go after, right? Supersede, because the seed, right? The supersede. You're going after. Fuck. Now I gotta look up the actual definition of supersede. Oh, just because I'm saying to go after. Supersede definition. I'm saying to go after. To be set aside, to force as inferior, to take the place or position of, to displace in favor of another. Okay, so similar. Similar enough. Okay, you fuck. You fuck. Hey Piggy, when's the next gaming stream? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I should have done this as a gaming stream. But now I realize, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go after this stream and go to the Illusionist. I'm going to go to the Illusionist Discord, and I'm going to hang around in the kids' table. So that's what I'm going to do. Danny, should I? Okay, you know what, Daniel? You just, by reminding me, I actually saw this. I was going to take out my own deck of cards, which I have the prototypes here. But these are actually Danny's. So Danny bought quite a bit of these. So I'm going to open this one up here. I'm going to open this one up here. Um, that's funny. Danny, could you define exceed? I don't think Danny could spell exceed. So this is Daniel's pack that I'm opening. So Daniel, I don't know if you're here, but if you get a chunky Pikachu, this is my pack. All right. So I've been opening up Pokemon cards recently because I've been wanting to flip them. So I've been wanting to flip Pokemon cards, and that's a thing that I'm actually in the process of doing. So this is your pack, Daniel. So we're looking at one of your Vivid Voltage packs. So let's see if you got some hot ones. Let's see if you got some good ones here. Again, if you get the fat Pikachu that's worth like $400, this is gonna be mine. Turn a profit yet? I haven't sold them, but yeah, I'm gonna turn a profit, 1,000%. Okay, so you got this. Let's see. Let's see if there's. No. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I was gonna lose my mind. So these are yours, Mr. Daniel. I was gonna lose my mind. Oh boy. Oh boy. That chunky Pikachu. That chunky Pikachu is gonna be definitely a fat one. I loved your video on the Queen cards. Good to see there's some magicians left with a good head on their shoulders. Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually saw that on TikTok. So that deck, it came up unironically. And it's like, why is the king always worth more than the queen? And RB, I think you even mentioned it. I think you even mentioned it that the fucking what do you call this? Your comments. I don't know how I'm this hammered. I had Chick-fil-A, and I've had 2 drinks, and I'm still fucking trashed. So your comments on that video for the queen deck, that you could just arbitrarily change the value of the cards. You could just say, you know what, for this game, the queens are going to be worth more than the kings. And that's it. That's the only change you have to make. You don't have to make a fucking Kickstarter making $500. Well, you could if you want to make $500,000 fucking dollars. But, oh, wait, hold up. Sorry. I'm supposed to be talking into the microphone. Not your comment. But you posted something like that. I thought you commented something like that. How much demand is there here for the card you're going to flip? There's massive demand. I mean, the card ungraded is worth $300. If you get it graded, it's worth $1,000. Now, if you sit on it, it's going to be worth a little bit more later on, just because of the actual Pikachu. It's literally this. I don't know if I have the actual thing, but it's like a fat Pikachu. It's like a fat Pikachu. So that's quite tremendous. Camo King, of all videos you've made, what is your favorite? Number 1 is the dumpster video. I really like the dumpster video that I made 2 years ago, just because of the style. I was making fun of a guy that dumpster dives and finds stuff at GameStop, so that's one. And then the math video. I made a video where I proved why magic is mathematically terrible. So that's one. Yeah, Piggy still owes me money for that poster. Yeah, it's funny. Mathematically, that's one of my favorite videos. The mathematically proving that magic is terrible. And then the other one is, I think, one of my more recent videos. I think I really had fun with one of the more recent videos. I've had a lot of fun doing the more one, the how to cheat with magic, or how to cheat at school. That one was fucking great. I love that one. And then the other one that I did that I really liked, the Pokemon one was all right, but that math one was it was great. I think the fucking timing on everything was perfect on that. Open another pack. Okay, I'm gonna open up another one of your fucking packs. So yeah, today I was gonna say you went. I actually bought Vivid Voltage today, and I pulled something that's interesting, but it's not anywhere near the value or price of that fucking Pikachu that everybody's losing their nut over in this particular pack. So there's another one of yours, Daniel. How to make a scrambled egg video. That's tremendous. It wasn't a janky egg. It was a frozen egg. All right, it was a frozen egg. So this is another one of your packs, Daniel. This is what you're looking for, by the way. You're looking for this Pikachu, which is a fat one, the fat boy Pikachu. We need meme cards. Well, okay, here's the thing. I thought, if they're going to take advantage, right, of this whole feminine idea or feminist idea, right? So I wanted to come up with a, well, actually, no, this isn't a meme. This is a real thing, okay? This isn't a joke. I wanted to come up with a black deck, a Black Lives Matter deck, okay? Where the cops are jokers and the kings, queens, and jacks represent known figures in the black community. I wanted to do that on Kickstarter. So that's not a joke, okay? I'm not saying that as a meme. I'm saying that that's an idea that I had. So, you know, if you see a BLM deck where the cops are jokers on Facebook, or sorry, on Kickstarter, maybe you might be contributing to my deck. All right. So, ooh, this is a good sign, by the way. When you see this in the pack, there's potential for a good card. That's what my virginity has taught me. So these are your deck. This is, again, one of your packs, Daniel. So every time I open this, I want to kill myself because if I get well, if you get a chunky Pikachu, I'm going to have to fight you for it. So far you've gotten two decent packs. So this is one right here. And then that's not it. That's let me tell you, that would have been quite substantial, but this isn't it. This is a basic one. The reason you move 3 to the front is because then you put the energy in the back. Each pack comes with an energy, and you're putting the rare cards in the back. So I almost lost my shit because I thought that was going to be the coveted Pikachu, but that one's not the other one. Yeah, but that's a decent Pikachu. Had you gotten, again, the rainbow rare Pikachu. So you have a couple Pikachus that are here that are quite valuable. The one that's the big boy, which is this one, is $300 right off the bat, raw. The other one under that is, I think, 150 raw. And if you get them graded, you can get them for like 1,000, and then about 700. But that one, I think it's a common one. That one's the common one. So don't get your nut. Don't lose your nut. Okay. I would have lost my nut. I would have been like, oh, hey, the stream is dying. The stream is dying. I don't know what's going on. You're calling me and I'm not picking up the phone. But then suddenly I'm going to strip club. I'm going to the strip club all of a sudden. We should make a Karen deck as the response to the Queen deck. Yeah, that was kind of shite. It really was. I'm contemplating getting one. But I don't think that it would be worth it. I mean, it's a $15 deck, and it takes, I think the shipping is like probably $10, and they're quite shit. What Pikachu card is that? This one is a common one. Actually, let me look up the price right now, just to make sure. So Vivid Voltage. Okay, I'll tell you what the price is right now, Daniel, so you don't lose your nut of that one. But that one isn't anything of value. The one that is the other one that's stupidly priced. So let's see. Pikachu. Vivid Voltage. Let's go to 5. They printed a lot of these what fucking virgins? Mind you, I'm a virgin for opening this, but am I a virgin for, let's see. This one is, yeah, about $3. So the one that you got's about $3. The one that's the fat one, the fat boy, is about, I'll tell you right now, the fat boy here, yep, about $300. $330 raw, which means you haven't gotten it appraised yet. When you get it appraised, and if you get it appraised that it's good quality, you could get about $1,000 for that one, which again blows my fucking mind because they're cardboard. It's literal cardboard. What's this? What was this? Message deleted? Message deleted. I don't know what that even. You deleted a message. Let me see what the deleted message is. I hate black people. Okay, yeah, I guess that's good to not have on my stream, just because then YouTube thinks that I said that. YouTube thinks that I said that, which is quite tremendous. I'll sell you some Jerry's Nuggets for $300. Yeah, that's the worst part about Jerry's Nuggets. I feel like did the value of the OG ones go down? Did the value of the OG Jerry's Nuggets go down because of the reprints? I feel like they did, because now everybody has the reprints, so there's no value in the old ones. Yeah, the old ones are old ones, but the hype was being the only person with that deck. Now everybody has a deck of yellow, fucking green, red Jerry's Nuggets, so it's not really a crazy thing to have one. It's like the difference between the OG and the new one is none. It's a one-to-one remake essentially. So what's to say that the one that you're holding is not the fucking OG one, right? So the flex is gone. The flex is gone. Where's my microphone? There it is. Yeah, so the flex is gone from that. So I got to do two things then. Number one, I got to see if I could get a queen deck. I don't think there's demand for that video, but I think it'll be an interesting video to do. I might decide to get like a, dress up for that video, get like buy some sort of outfit. And then I need to get the other one, which is Modern Wonder. I need to do a review of that Modern Wonder project. Let me see if anybody commented on Magician's Roasted page. Let's see, 9 replies. Professor Vernon says, oh man, Tommy just woke me up in his grave right now. He's pissed. This is the disgrace to him. Every time you drop a deck, it's because me and Tommy are haunting you, says Professor Vernon. So Di Vernon himself has responded on Magician Only, on the Magician Only Roasted page. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that you had Instagram in hell, because Di Vernon was a terrible father and an overrated hack. That's not true. He's not an overrated hack. He's rated correctly. But when it comes to his fatherhood, he was a terrible father. He really was. Any more dope guests lined up for ham radio? Just watched the Sleight of Tongue one. Was great. I've been lazy to reach out to people. Okay, that's what it is. I've been lazy to reach out to people. The Turner one was great, apart from the hour-long conversation that him and Daniel had about fucking cars. And then the Leclerc one was also pretty great, because I feel like it was very manic. It was very manic energy on that one. So that one was a fantastic one. So those three are probably my favorites, especially because Sleight of Tongue did the classic turn the other one against the other one trick, right? So he's like, oh, I'm going to do an any card at any number. And then he stooged both me and Daniel and then fucking wrecked it. And then he also did that thing where he ruined Daniel's day by predicting his cards. On eBay, Pikachu VMAXs are selling anywhere from 20 to 300. Yeah, the website that I have pulls up all the eBay ones. But what you want is a PSA 10. So you want a PSA grade of 10, because if you get that, that's probably going to be between 1,000 and 1,200. If now it's the price is going to go up. If you get like a PSA 8, obviously the price is going to go down, but people are buying that card stupidly. Let me know if anybody wants to buy White Centurions. Here's the other thing that I don't realize, by the way. People buy fucking decks. I was watching Decking Around the other day because Gentleman Wake was on it. Decking Around is a podcast where they talk about fucking decks, of which case I would kill myself just fucking talking about decks for 3 hours. But people sell fucking playing cards on eBay, expensive playing cards, or they sell cards that people think are expensive, and they get a lot of money. So that Gentleman Wake told me, hey man, my prototypes might actually sell pretty well. So you might want to sell those or hold on to those. So I'm sure that if I put those on eBay at some point, they're probably going to sell well. So I don't get that. I don't fucking get that. That's something that's still new to me. Even though right now I'm essentially flipping Pokemon cards. To me, the idea that somebody would have the same value in playing cards is weird. But then again, it's also cardboard. So that's the other part that I'm just shitting. The only winner is Cardamundi, because they're the ones printing it and essentially making money regardless. You have a podcast with a guy who buys decks. Yeah, but we don't only talk about playing cards. As a matter of fact, I try to keep the card talk to a minimum. If I talk about cards, I want to end the podcast early. So it's not exclusively about selling playing cards. If I had a podcast that was an hour or 2 hours about playing cards or selling playing cards or playing card culture, I would jump through the nearest window and then come back inside and jump through the other window. So it's nuts, says Cameron Lyons. When the Verts Summer Spring 2016 or 2015 came out, the yellow ones, people resold those like a pair of Yeezys. It was ridiculous. I'm not allowed to, there you go. I'm not allowed to talk at cards RB. I'm not allowed. Talk about cards, you mean. Yeah, that's the other one I don't get. The Verts one was, I stole my Verts deck from Ramsey. I think I mentioned that before because I remember using it in a couple of videos and somebody said, hey man, how'd you get those Verts? And I got them because Ramsey left them on a table in Magi Fest and I stole them. I put them in my pocket. Actually, he left and he never came back and I said, okay, those are mine. So those are now my Verts. So those, that's how I got my one and only deck of Verts. And that was the first Crush deck that I ever touched. So I'm like, wow, this is actually worth the hype because you could back palm an entire deck. So last card comment, 2/3 of my local Walgreens have all cards half off. Worth checking out your local store. Yeah, I found some Pokemon cards there. Buy one, get one half off. And then they also have playing cards. And they have pretty interesting decks. They have pretty interesting decks. I know they have the standard Illusionist, old school Tigers. They have some other good ones. They don't just have the shit ones. I remember seeing a flame deck, like a flame bicycle deck, and I want to punch the nearest puppy. I'm going to open up another one of your packs, Daniel. You got me hooked. So far you got a shite Pikachu, and you got some other good, decent cards. But let's see. Right now we're looking for that fat one. We're looking for that fat boy. I gave a deck of first V1s away where I thought it was a trade, but I haven't gotten anything in return. Are you referring to, a deck of first V1s, Ramses? Yeah, those are the other ones that are stupid expensive. I don't get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They fell flat. Okay, they fell flat, so don't freak out. And it's not going to have the fat Pikachu. Okay, it's not going to have the fat Pikachu. I saw a video of an overweight man-child get donated $50 to bend the pack before he opened it. So he took a pack like this and then bent it because somebody gave him $50 on a stream. And then, well, it turns out that one had the Pikachu. What are the odds? What are the fucking odds? So let's see. You'll find out right now if this is a good pack. All right, here's the life hack. This is going to be a shit pack. This is going to be a shit pack because this is green. If this is white and looks like this, you're going to have a good pack. So that's a nice little bit of a life hack. If you decide to lose your, to want to regain your virginity. So Danny, let's see what you got here. Let's see. So far, I feel like you're going to get shit. You're definitely going to get shit here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's a shiny one. Reverse. And then this one's going to be a Celebi. Celebi. I think this one's also. I think I was gonna say I think that was fucking expensive. Just because of the art, Celebi. I'm gonna fucking hate you if this one is anything of value. I'm gonna fucking hate you. Let's see, Celebi, Voltage, Vivid Voltage, Celebi. Nah. Oh. Okay. Actually, no. Okay. So this one is not it. Okay. All right. I was about to lose my mind. This one is about, okay, $2. $2. I thought that this was a good one because of the ink on it. The ink usually means that it's going to be this ink right here. Means that it might be worth some, but it's not. It's not. Don't worry. Okay, this one's $3. There's one here for $1,000. There's one here for $1,000, but I think that's a limited release one. So yeah, there you go. Piggy's cards are going to be $1,000 2 years after release. Yeah, especially after I do my my manifesto and take out my anger in on the nearest mall. They're going to be great. They're going to be crazy because it's going to be like, oh shit, no way, dude. You have the cards of the dude that took out his anger with 3 AR-15s, self-defense, in the nearest mall? No way. It's like the Marilyn Manson, or his shit became overpriced, right? Or not overpriced. People started buying his stuff like nothing. Mark Paul Chapman, or yeah, I think that's the name, Mark Paul Chapman, the guy that killed John Lennon. His shit went up the roof. Any serial killer, if you own any serial killer shit, it's worth money. People are gonna buy that shit, which is nuts. In your opinion, who's the best magician? Well, I'm always surprised as to the longevity. Not surprised, but I'm always impressed by the ridiculousness and the creativity of Greg Wilson. Greg Wilson is one that I've pretty much known him my entire life when it comes to magic. Not known him in person. If I knew him in person, I'd probably blow him on a daily basis. But when it comes to like creativity, I think he's like the best. Like there's no one that matches with him. Uh, he's always coming out with stuff. He's always coming with interesting ways to keep his old tricks still funny. Same thing with Sankey. Fucking love Sankey. Sankey sometimes could be hit or miss because he could come out with something that's absolute trash. But when he comes out with fucking gold, it's gold. And he comes out with gold more often than trash. So he's only come out trash a couple times. But apart from that, fucking Christ, man. I fucking love Sankey. I love what do you call this? Wilson, Williamson. They're people that everybody know for a reason. Like you hear Sankey, you go, oh, Jay Sankey, yeah, because he's a fucking creative genius. Who's the best serial killer? The best serial killer. Oh boy, I don't know, man. Depends. You have a lot of people that did it for a long time and got away with it, but then they all get caught. All right. So the best serial killer, nobody knows yet. Nobody knows yet. BTK was the most memorable to me. BTK, Bind, Torture, Kill, Dennis Rader, because when I was younger, I would always watch America's Most Wanted, and he was pretty much featured every other week. And then the one time they got him, they fucking got him. They fucking yeeted that motherfucker. So that was one of the more memorable ones. Danny says to open up another pack. I'm going to open up another one of your fucking packs. You still have, after this one, you still have 1, 2, 3. 3 left. You still have 3 left to open. So that's kind of nuts. George Zimmerman sold a painting for $100,000. Yeah, but he's not a serial killer. He killed fucking Trayvon. There's no way somebody bought one of his things for $100,000 just because he shot Trayvon. Since you mentioned David Williamson, shameless plug to check out The Wisdom of Williamson on my channel. That's funny. The Wisdom of Williamson. The Wisdom of Williamson. That's funny. I remember I keep mentioning my only interaction. Let's see if you got a good pack. Shit pack. You got a shit pack. I keep mentioning my only interaction with David Williamson is having an awkward. Are you going up the elevator? Yeah. No, I'll take the stairs. And I waited there as the elevator closed. What happened to the video about Evan Era? I took it down. I realized that it was a little bit too harsh on him, and I didn't stand by those words anymore, so I took it down. I don't think that it was. I think it was a little bit too inflammatory for no reason. He's just a fat retard. So I don't know if it's any worth, or if it's worth the things I said in the video anymore. So I've changed my opinion on that. So you got a Quagsire, and I don't think you're gonna get anything here. No. Nope. Yeah. So you didn't get shite here. You didn't get shite. Which, unfortunately, I'm saying is a good thing, because I don't want to be the one that pulls your fucking Pikachu, Danny. I don't want to be the one that pulls your fucking Pikachu, because if I pull that Pikachu, we're going to throw down. We're going to scrap. But so far, I think maybe you've gotten a couple good things. A couple good things. I already know that I'm going to send some other ones to get graded. These are some of the rare ones that I've gotten. Some of the hot rare ones. Look at this bad boy. Look at this virginity, by the way. Look at these fucking virginity that I've gotten myself into. But the key coin thing, the coin key thing. Are you talking about the nickel thing? Where you have a nickel changes place of a key? Is that what you're talking about? Look at these bad boys. I got 2 of these. If I get these graded really well, that's like fucking substantial there. So yeah, as far as that, is that what you're talking about? Because that was a great trick. Serial killer joke. What do you get when you drive a railroad spike through a broad's head? An erection. Okay, there you go. Okay, never mind. But the coin key thing. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jay Sankey, because Jay Sankey has a trick where he a nickel and a key change places. I'm like, that's a great trick. But that one, I think it's still up. That one's still up. But the actual content cop episode, if you want to call it that, on Evan Era, I took it down. I don't think it was I didn't like it. I didn't like it, to be honest, and my opinion definitely changed. Um, Jabrizi, I've done a couple on Jabrizi and I've kept them up because I still stay with that opinion. But apart from that, like I just didn't like the Evan Error one. I felt like it was a little bit outdated, and it's one of those videos that you could still watch it and assume that it's recent, and I don't want people to watch it and assume that I don't care about the guy. I'm not like gonna, like I guess when I did it at the time, uh, when I did that video at the time, maybe I was a little bit, pissed because he was doing dumb shit. But I don't care. I really don't. What happened to your IG Magic Cop? I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. I've been too much on TikTok to look at IG Magic shit. But on fucking TikTok, there's fucking plenty. And the one that surprises me is that Sean does magic, right? That guy that every time I see him, I'm like, what the fuck is even this? He has 17 million followers on TikTok. 17 fucking million followers. And every one of his videos makes me want to shove my head through a windowsill, just because of the hey. It's like a fake excitement, Every time I see that fake excitement, I want to again find the nearest mall and take out three families with me. Have you seen Jabrizi's latest crap? He does these super cringe fake prank videos. Yeah, they're pretty rough, but the woman that he uses is really attractive. Like the girl that he has on there, whatever girl is in his team now is super fucking hot. So I always watch whenever he comes up. I follow him. He doesn't follow me back, by the way, cunt. But every time I see that, I'm like, yep, she's hot. I'm gonna watch this one. Yep, she's hot. I'm gonna watch this one. Oh, she's not in this? Okay, no, I'm not gonna watch it then. And they're always over sexualized and weird. Uh, it's a crime. The definitive Sankey book set is out of print. Put a bug in his ear to reprint, Piggy. Well, the other one that's pretty fucking. Now that you mentioned that, thinking of Bad J Sankey tricks. What do you call this? Earplugs. Earplugs. It's his answer to hit SpongeBalls. I remember that. That I wasn't a fan of, but everything else I'm a huge fan of. The Justin Flom stuff is pretty bad too. I haven't seen that stuff. I haven't seen that at all. So I haven't seen Justin Flom shit. Maybe I have, because I remember seeing a magician with tremendous hair, and if I remember correctly, Justin Flom does have pretty tremendous hair. So I remember seeing that on TikTok. But the one that comes up constantly is that fucking magic dude. That magic for Sean does magic, and every time I see it, it's just like it's terrible. Hey, do you know that I could do this with a deck? Can you take a deck of cards and make it change color? I can. And I just want to fucking find him and then Roman Reigns spear him. Not Goldberg spear him. Roman Reigns spear him. So that my that's a terrible joke. I was gonna make a leukemia joke because Roman Reigns had leukemia, but he beat it. He beat it. So I'm gonna Goldberg spear that fuck with all the strength of somebody who beat leukemia. Bill Goldberg says who's next. That's funny. I apologize, Bill Goldberg, for saying that your spear is inferior to a Roman Reigns' spear. How about for some hot content and competition for the next deck giveaway? Host another meme review video. I still remember my Matt Freeman made it. I love those videos. Yeah, maybe. I might do that for the next one because DMC, they sent me some more. So DMC sent me more decks. I got two in the first package. And then I got another package where they sent me, I think, 4 decks. So I'm keeping one selfishly, and I'm giving away 3. So they sent me 2 packages, and they're like, hey, here's another fucking set. Who's your biggest Magic inspiration? I think I mentioned that earlier. Again, Greg Wilson is one that I love. David Williamson is fucking tremendous. Jay Sankey, just his creativity. Paul Harris, I was reading through my old Art of Astonishment book the other day, and that stuff still holds up. The entirety of Art of Astonishment still holds up completely. Maybe there's like 2 or 3 tricks that involve cigarettes, like the cigarette package. But apart from that, fucking tremendous, man. But those guys are just the classics, and they're classic for a reason. Do you fancy still doing Vegemite? Yeah, I'll still do it. I'll still eat Vegemite. As a matter of fact, one thing that me and Daniel are contemplating, or not contemplating, we're waiting until they come out here in Florida, is we want to get hammered on Four Local pregame. And right now they only sell Four Local pregame on Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina. That whole area of the South is the only place that they sell that. now at this moment. And they don't sell it in Florida because we're not part of the South, which is actually quite funny considering we're the most southern part. We're the most southern part of the states. Am I right on that? Yeah, yeah. I think we're the most southern part of the states. So for some fucking reason, we're not considered there. So I want to. We're gonna find those. Maybe we could, source them, and we're gonna get hammered on the show. So we want to do a taste test of that on ham radio. Piggy massively overrating Sankey. Sankey must have done something nice for him or helped him out in some way. No, no, I've always been a huge fan of Sankey. My first trick ever was from Jay Sankey. The first trick that I ever bought, which is why I'm saying Hawaii is the most southern U.S. state. Okay, you're right. But when it came to that, no, Sankey, I fully admit that a lot of some of the stuff that he's come up with is shit. But in terms of like creativity and been one of those people in Magic that has kind of affected the way I approach coming up with shit, it's Sankey. It's fucking for sure, Sankey. Wait, I can ask a buddy of mine from Georgia to send us some? I forgot about that. Yeah, I realized that you lived in Georgia, so you could fucking definitely have a contact there to send us some Four Loko pregame. So yeah, but no, I think I'm underrating Sankey. It's a shame people like Justin Flom, Xavier Mortimer do the social media videos, but they're playing the viral game perfectly. So good on them. Yeah, that's the thing. They're playing the game, man. They're playing the game and it's working. I unfortunately can't do that. I don't want to sell myself out. Um, so I rather. Why is there a large orange? Does that look like Trump? Right? I guess you're making a meme that that's Trump. Does that look like Trump from afar? Right? It's Joe Biden. It's Joseph Biden. What are you talking about? This can't even stand on its own, by the way. So it's kind of accurate. Yes, that's Biden. That's MAGA Joe Biden, right there. MAGA Joe Biden. So I know you're making some sort of allusion to Donald Trump, but look at you making fun. You came in here thinking you were making fun of Trump. Little did you know, you're making fun of your boy right there. Our boy, our boy, our boy, our boy. I'm not part of the alt-right, okay? Let's see. People could either love or hate Sankey, but you got to respect him. He has more releases than anyone, I think. And I think quality over quantity, I get it. But when he releases gold, it's gold. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. It's fucking golden shit. But his stuff doesn't inspire everybody. Let's see. I'm a little bit upset with you as you gave me such a hard time over what I paid for Morelli's metal phone when you paid 200 bucks for the steel brick and the deck vibes. Gave me such a hard time over what I paid for Morelli's when you paid. I paid 100 bucks. So the original one was Industrial Revelation by Jamie D. Grant, and it was always 100 bucks. No, I was wrong. It's actually a pruned apple. Yeah, that's more accurate. Industrial Revelation never went above 100 bucks. It was always 100 bucks. 200 bucks I think is a little bit too much. I would have never bought it if it was 200 bucks. But here's the thing. I think the best way to do it is with the phone. I think the best way to do it is with the phone. If I had a choice between deck or phone, and at the end the phone is metal, yeah, I'd go with the phone for sure. So I don't know, maybe if I gave you shit for it, but maybe it's out of jealousy. Maybe for sure it's out of jealousy. But I still think 200 bucks is way overpriced for what that is. But Industrial Revelation it's one of the best tricks in the sense of it by itself. But in terms of being able to do it on a day-to-day basis, I don't want to have to fucking carry a metal brick of cards. But your phone is something you carry anyways. So if you're going to take advantage of something with the phone, well then, you definitely beat me there. So I don't know if I ever gave you shit. I forgot about that. But if I gave you shit, I apologize. It's definitely a way better trick. Pete Buttigieg, I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly, has every single indicator of fetal alcohol syndrome. Jesus, fuck. That's rough. Kalen Morelli has made more effects than any living magician. He said so himself. It must be true. Can't believe you said Sankey. He had a little bit of an unwinding on Instagram as of late, right? He has a little bit of craziness on Instagram. And then he said he was never going to do magic again on Instagram. And then I've seen nothing but magic posts that he's done on Instagram. So that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird. Let me keep talking on the microphone. I'm sorry. I'm not even a pro, and $300 have already been worth the lapse. I love that you keep increasing the price. Are you doing that on fucking purpose? Are you definitely increasing the price there as a joke? I'm not even a pro, and $300. If the next message that you put is $400, I'm gonna lose my mind. Um, but yeah, I think by far the best variation on that is the phone trick, is the metal phone trick for sure. But at that price, I would never pay for it. I bought Industrial Revelation. I was very happy with it. The only problem is that I never maintained it, so now it's kind of gone to shit. As a matter of fact, every time I put it on TikTok, everyone's like, I see the method. I see exactly how you did it. And I have to defend it and say, no, it's not. You're fucking wrong. But I'm lying. I'm lying. They obviously busted me because the two metal pieces, you see if you look hard enough, you could see the separation. But if it's worth it to you, man, it's worth it to you. No, it was $300 with all the extras. Okay, okay, okay. If it's worth it to you, then it's worth it to you, man. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a tremendous a way to do it because imagine the fucking shock. With a deck of playing cards, there's already something that you have to take out, right? So let's say you want to do Industrial Revelation, you have to take the cards out, and it's a deck of playing cards, and you go, look, have you seen this before? Yada yada yada. But if you do it with something like a phone is something you see every day. So when you stick the thing through the phone case, they go, oh, there's no phone there. And then when there ends up being a fucking metal phone in there, and you peel that sticker, I don't think there's anything better that you could do now. But $300, no thank you. No thank you for that. I didn't take it down. I don't think I took it down on Instagram. What I do from time to time is that I archive old posts that I don't like anymore. I'll archive them, and I'll just put it private just from time to time. I don't know why I do that. Maybe because I want to stick under 100 posts. But if I feel like it doesn't look good on the feed, I'll take it down. So that one didn't look good on the feed. I updated it with a card with the cunt on it. So I put a cunt on it, and that's the latest one that I did. Did you hear about the bill being passed that gives people jail time for playing music? No, is that a joke? That sounds like the beginning of a joke. Um, let's see, this one gets more ass than a movie theater. That's fucking tremendous. Let's see, Cameron says, yes, definitely decompensating mental health wise. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen anything about him, but I've been kind of keeping out of looking at fucking news shit because I realize everything is fucking terrible. It's COVID shit. It's just stupid. Nothing's positive. Everything's fucking negative. They all try to spin everything to make it, oh, look at this, that. I mean, yeah, I get news is one thing and real life issues is one thing, but holy shit. I've never seen more of a, I don't want to say sad state of affairs, but I've never seen more of a promotion of negativity than in fucking news in the past 2 years. It's been so fucking stupid. So this one's here. Oh, DJ Sage, Acro Joe Biden. That's funny. Let's say awesome DC. Oh, we're talking about the fucking jerky. The jerky's fucking tremendous. I didn't realize how good deer tastes. Low Volt, of course, sent some good fucking deer jerky. I'm a huge fan of beef jerky. I never understood deer jerky and about the the fucking moisture and beautiful taste and texture of deer. But thank you to Low Volt. That's great. I ran with the idea you suggested, opening with the metal phone, setting it aside, and making it ring at the end. It was a hit. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I remember vaguely coming out with an idea for that. I remember now that you mentioned that with them. That was pretty dope. But look at that. Look at fucking that. It was a hit, thanks. Yeah, your boy only comes out with hits, all right? That's why I should definitely be some sort of singer, because I would only come out with hits. It would only be number ones. It would never be Survivor Vital Signs that reached number 2, all right? I'd be number 1, okay? It would never be Survivor When Seconds Count, all right, that reached number 7. I always have hits that hit number 1, okay? Notice I only mentioned fucking shitty Survivor albums. Let's see, give me some music recommendations. I need stuff to listen to. Let me tell you, oh, I'm on my phone here. I'm on my phone. So unfortunately, I can't look at my Spotify, but I'll look at my Spotify here and tell you what I've been listening to recently. Although my music taste is pretty gay. I gotta be honest, my music, I don't have Spotify here. My music taste is pretty gay, to be honest. It's all retro wave, it's all vaporwave, it's all 80s stuff. I have a little bit of what I call tiki tiki, which is a little bit of the EDM from a couple years ago, just because I went to those festivals with all the thotties. But apart from that, my music taste it's pretty, as of late, I've been listening more to obscure 80s shit. That's what I've been listening to. So I just put the radio for Spotify on, and I listen to that shit. And a lot of stuff comes up like Loverboy, fucking Pat Benatar. That's the sort of shit that I've been listening to as of late. So as far as music recommendations, it's probably going to be trash. As far as anything recent, I'm not sure. Um, I'm really not sure if there's anything as of recent that I've been listening to. I know it's very hip to recommend like, yo, the baby's been fucking great. I don't fucking listen to that. I'm borderline racist, so I don't listen to rap. That's a joke, YouTube. That's a joke. But I don't listen to like that sort of stuff. But the retrowave stuff is really good. The Midnight is a great band that I always recommend. The Midnight's great. FM84 is another tremendous band. There is hold up, I just read the Hungry and Hungover one. There's another band. Let me see. I'm trying to think of another retrowave band. But those two, if you put those two, you'll find some good fucking music. Let's see. Speaking of your music, what the hell is that Japanese pop tune from your old intros? Is it on Spotify? It's the Evangelion, Evangelion Intro, and it's a retrowave remix of Evangelion. I've never seen the anime. It's an anime, right? I'm not a huge fan of anime because I already have. I mean, look at the virginities that I surround myself with, right? So it's the Evangelion theme. If you look up Retrowave Remix, you'll find it. I think it's on Spotify, but it's a tremendous little jam. And the fact that the Retrowave Remix hasn't been caught by the YouTube gods makes me feel happy because all the other ones have been caught by the YouTube algorithm, and that one has still stayed fresh because it's too different than the other one. So that's the one that I've been using on my videos as of late on the intros, apart from when I go raw. But that's a hot one. That's definitely a hot one. I like the Asian bit there. Now the old one I like just because it was the I did a Naruto video because Murphy's Magic sent out those cards that you could throw. So they sent some throwing cards, and I went to the park. This is how much effort I put for these videos. All right, I went to a park and I shot that intro with a friend of mine as just the intro to that video, and then we did this whole bit where I was fucking trying to show you how you could throw cards at fucking what do you call this? Throw cards and then defend yourself. And I did that whole fucking video, and it was tremendous. It was fucking tremendous. So that's one, and that video got like no views, which is why I'm sure Murphy stopped sending me shit because they realized, oh, we're spending more money sending this stupid retard stuff than he's actually making us. My brother would listen to that Japanese stuff on loop, and he fell asleep when I heard it for the first time. I almost clicked out the video. Glad I didn't. There you go. There you go. It's quite tremendous. You mentioned you hate the baby, and I literally use him as an outro song to my latest video. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that shit. I'm really not a fan. I mean, the only, I guess, recent, and I'm going to sound like a boomer saying this, but the only recent rapper that I like is Drake. Drake is the only one that I like. That's recent-ish. And that's still pushing it. That's still pushing it. I just like Drake because he looks like a Dominican uncle. Do you have a favorite song? Yeah, I have a couple favorite songs, and they're all from fucking Survivor. They're all Survivor, and they're all really gay. They're all really gay songs. Is This Love? I Can't Hold Back. Backstreet Love Affair. What the fuck? What the fuck else? Oh man, yeah, the entire Vital Signs album and the entirety of the 1 Second Count album. There you go. Those are all my favorite songs. Literally pick any song in that. Most modern rappers are literally auto-tune and rambling. I'll tell you what the video is, by the way, right now of the card throwing. So let me look up Banshee, PigCake. Let me see if that is. I know I made 2 videos. Okay, yeah, if you look up Banshee PigCake. So I have 2 videos. One, oh my god, 2.3 thousand fucking views on this fucking video. You could actually see my face in one of them, by the way. This is before I did a stupid face reveal. So if you look up Banshee PigCake, you're gonna find Become Naruto with these playing cards and Naruto Ninja Tutorial. So look, even that, like a clickbait title like that didn't even get me views back then. Let's see this one. So this one I used the, oh, but it's muted. I have to mute the intro because Mike Pence here. That's funny. So I had to mute it because it got copyright claimed.
Whoa.
So here we are at this beautiful park. Yeah, this is great. Showing you guys how YouTube could be. Oh my God. Yeah, that video is actually quite stupid. The reason I like that video is because there were people in the park and they had to be subjected to an asshole and his friend setting up a head and throwing cards at it and jumping from a tree and then running around doing this shit, right? Unironically, I had to run around a couple times with a friend shooting that one. So that was quite a tremendous video. So fancy stash. Look up Banshee PigCake and you'll find it. That was a fun fucking video. 3,000 views. Oh my fucking God. I'm gonna end myself from that. Same. Honestly, most modern rappers are just literally autotune. I already read that. Mumble rap is a bane of society. And then who's the other retard? Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD might be the biggest retard in 2020. I think we lost some great people this year. We lost Alex Trebek, who's tremendous. But then Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, I think, is a person that has to win the, what is it, the Darwin Award of the year? Because you have somebody that is literally above the law. And he has the capacity to find good lawyers, and he has the capacity to essentially dodge even a federal drug charge. Even a federal drug charge, which is what he was facing, he would have been able to dodge. But instead, like an asshole, he did this. That's what he did. That's what he did, essentially. Instead of dealing with the consequences of being caught with drugs on an airplane, a lot of drugs, he could have easily shaken that off. He could have shaken that off. You throw enough money on anything, and you could shake it off. But instead, like a retard, he decided to eat it all to avoid, getting caught. And now he's fucking dead. Watching PigCake Banshee now. Yeah, it's a good video. I like those both. But I hate the fact that I had to mute the fucking intro. Because the intro is what, one of the things that sells it. It's a fucking nerdy fucking thing. And the fact that I have to compromise with YouTube is really upsetting. I want to listen to those songs, and you have a unique taste in music. Yeah, I have a gay taste in music. I have a really gay taste in music. Survivor's tremendous. And one of my biggest fucking downsides is, one of my biggest regrets in life is that I never saw Survivor live. I never saw Survivor live because the lead singer died of a fucking overdose. Why did he have an overdose? He had a methamphetamine related heart attack or stroke, and he fucking died. And I had an opportunity to see them, and I didn't fucking take it. I didn't take it because I'm a retard. So I could have seen him before he passed away, and now I'll never have that opportunity to listen to Jimmy Jamison sing Is This Love, followed by Eye of the Tiger, followed by Burning Heart live. Fucking cunt. Now I have to deal with Cameron Barton. Dave Bickler isn't even in a band anymore. Dave Bickler is the guy that sang Eye of the Tiger, and he's no longer associated with fucking Survivor because the fucking guitarist kicked him out, all right? So now I have to deal with a guy that's younger than me being the lead singer of my favorite fucking band. Okay, I'm done. Juice is actually chilling in the Bahamas with Epstein and George Floyd. That's ACAB, all right? ACAB. I keep seeing memes about this fictional Emily ACAB. Like Emily ACAB is typing, and it kills me every time I see that. Because anytime it's like a post related to anything that could be, connected to that, it's like Emily ACAB is typing with blue hair on her keyboard, doing one of those. Tarantula or Venom or both? I don't know. I don't know anything about those to make any sort of recommendation on any of that. I know that the amount of knockoffs that you could find on Wish.com for both of those is substantial. I know that you could find a lot of knockoffs and a lot of Chinese-made versions of Tarantula and Venom for pennies compared to the actual price of those, but I don't have any experience with any of those. Let's see this one, but then modern rappers like Jordan Lucas and Hobson can literally match up to any flow-wise in the 90s and have deep content. I don't know about deep. To me, I miss the days when rap used to be about going to school and doing your homework and fucking like, hey, respect your mom. Hey, but if you fuck with me, I'll kill you. And now it's all about female rappers rap about their pussies, right? So female rappers all rap about their pussy. It's like female stand-up comedians. Find me a female stand-up comedian that doesn't mention their vagina. Male stand-up comedians, they don't all mention their penises. Some do. But if you're a female stand-up comedian, you are essentially talking about your pussy or some gross shit connected to your pussy for the majority of your set. The same thing with female rappers. You have to mention, I mean, WAP is the other one, but even then, before that, you still have a bunch of. Anytime you're a female rapper, you have to pretty much allude to your pussy in some sort of way. Your pussy, or what your pussy could do, or how fire your pussy is. It's quite gross, I gotta say. Do you have any hobbies other than magic, like cars or watches? I like watches, but I'm too cheap and broke to have a watch collection. So my favorite one is this one, this bad boy right here, which is just a Seiko uh, knockoff of a Pepsi Rolex. And then the other watch that I particularly enjoy, I actually have a little bit of an arm here, so I'll bring this out. Hopefully this doesn't drop. So these aren't really anything, but look at this. So these are the other ones, right? So I have that on an arm. So I have this Android one that I got to use Inject. I have this one, which is kind of like a Casio knockoff. And then this one, which is AP. And by AP, I mean FAP. If you look at it from far and you look at that, you're like, oh, wow, you make a lot of money. But then if you look at it up close, you go, hey, you're just a phony. That's not an AP. I like the wrist. I like the bracelet on the FAP, which is why I got that one. So I like watches like that. I don't like cars. I'm not a fan of cars because I think car people are just as virginy. I was thinking of buying that Seiko. Yeah. I mean, I didn't buy the Pepsi Seiko. I bought an old Seiko, and then I bought the bezel on that. I fucking hate to have to go back here. But this is a Pepsi 007 that I got for like 100 something bucks. And then I got a bezel from LongIslandWatches.com. So Long Island Watches, they sell these, and this is a ceramic bezel that I got on it that's supposed to be a knockoff of the Pepsi Rolex. And I put it on this. So I took out the old bezel and I popped this one in. And Daniel negotiated for me. That's right, you did. We actually double teamed them. Because I negotiated with him first, and then you negotiated with him, and then because of your negotiation, I managed to get a better deal. And then you finagled the guy for, I think, $5 extra that I did not care about. So that was a fun one. But so this was a hot one, and then that little bezel, I don't think it was that expensive, but it was still a nice little thing to put on it because it really classes it up. And then from afar, if you do this, somebody goes, whoa, dude, damn, you got that Pepsi? That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. How'd you get that Pepsi? Oh, it's a Seiko. Okay. I had the audacity to have one of those mall people that wants to clean your shit go, hey, is that real? Is that real? And I go, well, I guess you're not going to find out. Hey, buddy, you're not going to find out if it's real. Let's see. A cool live stream would be you playing us some of your favorite vids that don't get much attention while berating YouTube. Yeah, I know. I'll do that next stream. Tomorrow I'll probably end up doing that stream, and hopefully if my computer blows up, so be it. Or if the internet blows up. The computer could handle it, but now it's the internet that can't handle it. So I'll do that on the next stream. I'll do that instead of from my fucking phone. I'll do it on the actual computer, and I'll look up old videos. The only female comedian I found slightly funny was Sarah Silverman. Well, Sarah Silverman, Jesus fuck. Sarah Silverman from like 10 years ago. Because they're wildly different people. The Sarah Silverman of today and the Sarah Silverman of yesteryear are two different people. Still hot though. I think now she's a little bit older, but oh my goodness. I love that. I think as an Arab man, it's almost haram to be very attracted to, is very fucking attracted to Jewish women. But man, if the right Jewish woman comes up and says something to me and puts her hand on my thigh, it's this right here. It's one of these. I'm going to wed her. And I'm going to put Arab babies inside of her. Charlie Manoli, Todd. You hear the way he was talking about the Pokemon cards? The chances are 0. Oh, okay. So he asked me what are the chances of me having an illegitimate child out there? Yeah, the chances are 0 because this guy knows how to wrap it. All right. Don't touch that bod until you cover that rod. I forgot what a 90s sexual teacher said that. There was some old woman that used to do these sex ed videos in the 90s, And she said that, don't touch that bod until you cover that rod. And it's like, now I don't ever want to get a boner because you're an old lady talking about sex. That's gross. I'm back. YouTube will have to fucking IP ban me before I stop watching these streams. Hey there, that's what I'm talking about. That's the hot commitment to PigCake that not even I have. Would you ever buy a nice watch like 1,000 plus? No. Oh yeah, if I financially, if I could drop $1,000 in a watch and not be like, I shouldn't have dropped $1,000 on a watch. But even then, I like the Seikos. I like the Seikos. I don't see any sort of need to get any other watch that's pricier than that. And the Seikos are very reasonably priced for an automatic watch, $100 or so, and they're not terrible. They're great. They're low maintenance. All you need to do is make sure that they're on time. So there's really no need for them unless you're trying to flex. But I rather spend that on something of value that's not gonna be useful. Like a fucking lens or something that's gonna help me with production, rather than spend it on something like vanity. Do you have another job outside of magic? My job is to be professionally virgin. Is to be a professional virgin. So this right here, as a matter of fact, as of let's see, so 2017, March 2017 is where I was last fully employed as a teacher. And so technically it's been 3 years of me doing YouTube Patron, and Magic Online. Essentially, it's my full time. So I've been very gracious that I've been able to do that for 3 years, almost going now. So yeah, that's fucking tremendous. That's really tremendous that I've been able to do that. And of course, it's thanks to Patreon, thanks to the PigCake Magic Academy, and thanks to that sort of stuff. So that's quite the bit there. So 3 years technically, and I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. I mean, I get the ickling to teach from time to time, but I don't think I'll ever go back to like a traditional thing. Even if I struggle, I rather struggle than have to deal with that ever again. Just too much administration, too much politicking in the background. Let me make sure my microphone battery is still good. Too much politicking in the background. Too much shit. Too much shit. And there were times, I'm not even kidding, when I was coming or going to work. I was riding the bike. This is when I had an orange fucking motorcycle, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hit the bus. I'm just gonna ride and hit the bus on the side, and so I wouldn't have to go to work for the next month, just because they were there trying to fuck with me. They were there in my class each and every single fucking day, just because they didn't like me, and I hated it. I fucking hated that. So that I rather struggle and not have that certainty than deal with that and want to kill myself. So not kill myself, but injure myself substantially to avoid having to go to work. $1,000 stack watch with cubic zirconia gems and black watch face with the same color as Brad Christian's mascara coming soon. Hey boy, how do you know? How'd you know that? That's insider information. And I'm not even on the inside. So, damn. What would you do if you won the lottery? Like 250? What would I do? I would lawyer up. I would lawyer. The moment I see the number, and then I go, okay. Hello, lawyer? Yeah, I just won the lottery, and I want to know, what are the best steps? Best steps, I know what the best steps are in this case, but I just want to solidify in writing all these things legally. So let's do that. So that's what you do immediately, right off the bat. Let's see, what's the best show you saw this year? This year, nothing. I haven't seen anything this year. Turner was telling me about what is it? The Way It Is, If and When. What's the name of the fucking dude that did that? He had some like blog posts that made me want to punch a baby. Oh, Tiger King. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant Magic Show. But Tiger King was pretty substantial. Archer was pretty great. But I thought you meant Magic Show. If and When, If and Of in itself, Even Of. What's the name of that fucking show? In and Of Itself? Is that what it is? There's a magic show that I think they had it off Broadway or maybe on Broadway for a little bit. And I'm trying to remember. In and Of Itself, I think is the name of the show. Turner was telling me that the video that he solved that was fucking astonishing. And X2, Xavier was telling me when he went a year and a half ago that it's probably one of the best shows that he's ever seen. Um, but the scariest thing about winning the lottery is getting the ticket. Delgadio, yeah, Derek Delgadio. The scariest thing about winning the lottery is getting the ticket to the gaming commission without trying to smoke you. I wouldn't tell a soul. Well, the lawyer is the first thing you got to do right off the bat. Obviously, you got to take it to the commission, of which case you can't tell anybody. And I think if you win the lottery, you have to be a little bit, I don't want to say selfish, obviously, because, I mean, assuming you do win the lotto, you're going to have an absurd amount of money that you could share with your family and friends and loved ones. But you really have to be tight knit, man. You really have to be tight knit. From my understanding, everybody that's won the lottery, you always get like a fucking, you always get those people that message you, hey man, what's up? What's going on? It's like, you didn't message me before, so what are you doing now? Oh, you just want in for the money. But you gotta lawyer up, man. You gotta fucking lawyer up, and you gotta be smart about that shit. I think it's 80%. I remember talking about this before, looking at the statistic. 70% lose all of it within the first year, and I think 90% or up to 90% lose it after 2 years, all of it, because they don't know what the fuck to do with that, because they spend it on stupid shit and don't realize, oh, you bought a house, you bought it okay in full. Well, do you know that you have to pay property tax on that? You need to pay the expenses that are monthly with the house, like electricity, like water. Some places, some associations want you to pay certain fees that you got to pay. And then you realize, okay, I don't have any money coming in. All I have is money coming out, but I have $250 million. That's going to last me a long time. Oh, wait, now I'm broke. It's gone. Retards, absolute retards. But then again, I feel like as much as it pains me to say this, like Gary Vee, because I feel like Gary Vee, but broke is a mentality. Broke is a mental illness. So if you have $250 million, you could still be broke. You could still be poor mentally. And look at the people that have won the lotto and they lost it all. They're broke. They're broke when they were rich. So that's, I feel like it's more of a mentality than an actual financial state of being. And that's, again, that's the Gary Vee segment of the show, and that's ending. Because I don't want to sound like I just read Crushing It. What type of video games do you play, or did you play? I don't play anything much now, honestly. The next thing that I'm probably going to play is Doom. Maybe if I find a good deal on Steam, the latest Doom, I might play that. But there's another game. What's the Nintendo shit? I think Nintendo's coming out with something that I want to play. But apart from that, no, fuck that. It's definitely a mentality. 70% of millionaires are first generation rich. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's a massive stigma against millionaires, but I think that for my kids, I want to work as hard as I can to make sure that my kids are safe, right? So if you are somebody that inherited, riches from your parents, I think that's just a sign of hardworking parents. I think that's a sign of parents that busted their balls and did what they could to try to make as much money, and lost a lot of money and gained a lot of money and lost a lot of money and then gained a lot of money, and we're able to make sure that you are financially safe. But you also have to make sure that you're not spoiling your kids. That's the other one. And there are some people that do it better than others, but I think there's a huge stigma against millionaires that's really unwarranted. But yeah, I still think broke is a mentality. So the people that win lotto, it's a perfect case study. If you see somebody that wins the lottery, look at their actions immediately after winning the lottery, and it tells you everything. It's a wonderful case study. I think they've done, what's the other one with a couple that gave a dude a substantial amount of money. I think they gave a homeless man a lot of money through a Kickstarter. And from my understanding, if I do recall, I think the guy spent it all on drugs and lost it. And then the couple did some shady shit because they didn't give him all the money. If I remember correctly, it was a Kickstarter that a couple started because the homeless man returned her purse. And then they did a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was super successful. And then they kept the majority of the money. And then they gave him only certain portions. And then, if I remember correctly, another controversy came out because it turns out that they were keeping most of it and only giving it to him pending his updates on certain stuff, like buying a house or buying an apartment and doing all the shit. Lovo says the homeless guy and the two people were in on it. So, okay, so they're in on it. There you go. Or even worse. So the whole thing was a fucking scam. So my point is completely shat, because I want to make a point as to the homeless man essentially what he did with the money. And what he did with money was spend it immediately. So even if you're a millionaire, you still have to have money coming in. You still have to have money coming in. So I don't understand this idea of, oh, I won the lotto, I'm good. No, if you're still spending more money than you're taking in every month, eventually you're going to run out of money. Very soon you're going to run out of money. Let's see. Other than building a YouTube channel, what would you consider your largest success to date? Well, I think that's it. I think that's it, really. And even then, I think it's being able to do this, being able to do this and helping out others through magic. As gay as that sounds, I really do get my jollies off every time, people tend to tell me, hey, man, because of you, I've taken this more seriously. Because of you, yada, yada, yada. I've done this or that. And that's always great. Every time I hear that sort of reflection, right, or response from people. So that's something that I'm really happy about. That isn't necessarily tangible in terms of success, but I mean, I'm just glad that I've been able to, number one, make a living with what I've been doing for the past 3 years. That's number one and the best thing. And number two, the fact that I've been able to make a living helping others, doing something that I really enjoy, which is magic tricks. I did make a living as a teacher doing something that I enjoyed, but it wasn't under my control. It wasn't under my control. It was always under the control of the administration, and you couldn't ever do what you thought was best because you were the one in front of the kids, not them. They're the ones just telling you what to do, even though the last time they were in a classroom was 1991. So it's like, okay, now I'm supposed to listen to you when the last time that you were in office, Bush was choking on broccoli. Bush senior was choking on broccoli, and you were in a classroom, and you're telling me what to do now with people in a classroom in 20 whatever 15 or 16. It's dumb as shit. It's dumb as shit. But I'm really happy to be able to do this now. So whatever that I've been being able to accomplish here, that's probably I guess my greatest success to date. If you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Yes, that is true for a limited amount of time though, because I feel like if you do what you love as a living, you look at it different. Like obviously my take on magic, since I've made it something that I do as a living, has been different than when I did it as a hobby, because now I have to do this. If not, I don't make a living. So you see it that way. I'm still appreciative, and I still am not tired of it. I'm not burnt out of it, nor do I think that I will be for any time soon. But it's something that you could easily lose a lot of. It's something that you could very easily lose the passion for quickly if you make it your means of living. So yeah, technically you're not working because I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, a lot of people do get burnt out on that, and they see that and they go, oh, now I have to do it. It's not that before I could do it and I had the option to do it. Now I have to do it, which is a different thing to do it. But to me personally, I'm not gonna get tired anytime fucking soon of it. So that's something that at least people that enjoy my shit don't have to worry about. Well, I appreciate every upload and they can. Thank you, Charlie Manoli. I appreciate that. That's a hot little comment there. If you were near me, I'd probably do dirty things to you. Hello, you helped me. Do you like pork? Yeah, I love pork. I love pork. Pork is very lean. People think that pork is not lean. It's a very lean. Sort of. I was gonna say metal. I don't know why I'm still a little bit trashed, but it's a very lean meat. And as we cook it correctly, it's tremendous. What did I teach? I teached. What did I teach? I taught Mike dies. These nuts. The mic is not dead. Especially not, look at that. I could go live and I could hear myself, you fuck. Especially not, look at that. I could go live and I could hear myself, you fuck. There you go. What was I going to say? I was going to say something here. Pork, lean meat. Fuck. I forgot what I was going to say because Daniel, of course, fucking country here. Read my comments. Okay, let me see if I can find your comment. Am I the only one who would just use the money from lotto winnings in a bank and remain middle class? Yes, but you better be at least getting interest on that bitch. You better at least be getting fucking interest on that bitch if you put it in the bank and getting something on top of it, as opposed to fucking just, oh no, I'm just gonna have a lot of money in the bank and not do anything, right? You still gotta work, man. You still gotta work. I don't think you ever stop working. My favorite thing is I remember in Cuba, right? So you have a bunch of these Cuban dudes that are 93, 94, 95 years old, and they're still grinding it. They're still working. They're still killing it. And you ask them, what's your secret to life? And they say, I've never stopped working. Same thing. I could anecdotally, but I could. Okay, okay. What it is that I remember saying that I taught and that I teached. I taught history and psychology. Okay, sorry, that's what it was. And the other one is my grandmother, for example. My grandmother, she she had some heart problems, but she worked and she worked really hard, even to very close when she died. And it's when she stopped working that we noticed a substantial decline in her health. So when she stopped working is when she immediately went to shit. And she didn't stop working because of her health. She slowed down working a little bit because of her health. Some standing up and stuff. She for her job, she had to be on her standing up a lot. Daniel says, "Oh, never mind, my car died." Didn't you replace your battery like 2 months ago? That's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so it's when she stopped working that it was an immediate decline for her health, which is quite substantial. So you're sub 1,000 calories including alcohol? Yeah, yeah, that's the best part. That's probably why I'm still kind of hammered, because I'm probably 1150. I didn't count today as strictly as I do, but I haven't had anything. I've only had like kale today, kale, and I just had Chick-fil-A not so long ago with alcohol. So that's like 1100. Did I vote? Yes, I voted. I voted really aggressively. Low volt. That's funny. Daniel's out here buying cardboard crack. Hey, I had to watch an ad to get here. You really must be cleaning up your act, PigCake. Well, here's the new thing that YouTube's doing. You don't have to be monetized to get ads on your video. You don't have to be monetized. YouTube now puts ads on your video. They just take all the profit. They don't. You don't see a dime of that. If you think that's a compliment, my wife told me she messaged you once on Facebook telling you we fucked watching you. Guess you turn her on. Good for you, my dude. At least one of us should. There you go. Yeah, there's nothing that turns on women more than seeing this face talking about card tricks. That's fucking tremendous. Do you like drugs? No, I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. The only thing I do is liqueur. Liqueur is enough. I don't understand how people have more things. It's exhausting. It must be exhausting. I think liqueur is fun enough. 2 stores, 2 duds. Well, you're going too late, man. You're going too late. Today we went to, he had the Target app. So Caesar, he saw the Target app, and on the Target app, they had a Charizard box in Target in the hood. The moment we went there, they were already sold out because people already copped them. And those you could flip immediately. So you buy them for 50, you can literally sell them for 120. And then the Charizard inside, if you get it graded, it's also worth. So that one's just, you're pretty much sitting on money just because of demand on that. I can't wait for that bubble to explode. But you're not going to find much now. You're only going to find when you restock. Now's the time because the truck just arrived. Now? Fuck, okay. That's a little bit odd. But I guess for Target, the trucks arrived earlier today because they were stacked with stuff. They had the voltage ones. They had everything. The only thing they didn't have was the Charizard. That Charizard box. When is Caesar coming back on ham radio, and how's Robert doing? Caesar should be back on ham radio whenever he wants to be. I think that whenever we do it, he's kind of on the grind. So we haven't had him on, but we'll get him on enough. We'll have him on soon enough. And Robert's doing well. Thank you, Caesar, for ruining the anonymity I had in my family. But he's doing fine. Fuck. God fucking damn it. I hate that this guy, the moment he's on, he says some shit. Hey man, your brother. Thank you. Yeah, I told you don't say anything about anything, and then first thing he does is say immediately about my family stuff. Does a PigCake Discord still exist? Yeah, it still exists, but it's dead. I'm actually gonna go on the Illusionist one right now. So I'm gonna go to the Illusionist one in a little bit and be on the children's table. So if you want to find me, you could see me there. How old do you have to be to get Monster Drink? I think there's no age limit for Monster Drink. Do you still sniff your playing cards the second they escape the seal as a procedure? Some. For example, the B deck I thought would have been good because it smells like honey, right? I thought it would have been like a honey scented deck, but it just smelled like Brad Christian's ball sack. Or does that mean that you fucking smelled Brad Christian's ball sack? Yeah, it does mean that I smelled Brad Christian's ball sack. Let's look at this one. Do you like sneakers? No, I only wear one pair of shoes, and when these die out, I'm gonna buy another set that are the same. This is all I wear. White Vans. And before this, these are the leather ones. Before that, I had the cloth ones, which are dirty. These are dirty because I've used the shit out of these. And these are the only shoes that I wear. If it's a fancy occasion, and by fancy I mean I actually have to put a little bit of effort, I'll just put these on. That's it. That's it. These bad boys. But apart from that, your boy's not on the sneaker game. I'm not a fan of sneakers. This is all you need right here. Hot. This is drip. This is what I like to call drip. All right, so you're dripping in the white Vans. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white Vans. So that's the only thing that I wear, just because they're low. They work with everything. They're I don't even know. They're fuck, like they don't draw attention to themselves. They're classics, right? Maybe I might get some boots, so when I'm on the motorcycle, I'm not killing myself if something happens. But yeah, so that's the other one. That's the other one that I might get. But white Vans gang. That's all you need. What kind of shampoo is that? It's not shampoo. It's conditioner. I already talked about that. Everyone needs this. Everyone needs a good conditioner. I don't shampoo my hair as much anymore, once a week. I mentioned that to begin the stream. Let's see. What 146? I'll probably end this in 2 hours clean, which is in 15 minutes. Do you know other magic people? Yeah. Yeah, I know plenty of magic people. Not well, a couple personally that I've met, in the various conventions I've been to. But we don't talk about magic. Every time I talk to people that are like magicians, I never talk about magic. I rarely talk about magic. I always talk about life and politics and things like that. So I don't really talk about fucking, not necessarily politics. Well, yeah, politics, but like news and shit. I rarely talk about magic. Magic is like this much. The rest is other stuff. Why not attach the wireless mic behind a conditioner bottle? Because the funny meme, I could put it down and it still sounds the same. Right? That's the part that I find quite humorous about that. I learned today you don't shave your butt hair with a razor. Yeah, you use magic cream. Put it, rub it, wait 5 minutes, and then wipe it off with a towel, and you're going to be good to go. That's funny. Let's get... I like one type of shoe, and god damn it, I'll wear this one fucking pair every day for the rest of my life. Trending. That's fucking substantial. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this, because I didn't realize this, right? This is 40. This is 40 bucks. This is 50 bucks. These are the leather Vans. I've had this shoe for probably 2 years now. I've had this shoe for less time, and they are shit. This shoe is dirty. It's gray. You can't see it because of the fucking light, but these shoes are nasty. These shoes look relatively clean. Why? Because you could clean these. All I have to do is put some cleaning agent on this and they look new. The only thing that I need to do is swap out the shoelaces and you'd swear that they're brand new shoes. These are shit. You only want these if you don't give a shit about shoes. And they're cloth, they absorb everything, they're white. They're gonna look this way the second day you wear them. You could clean these. These are the leather ones. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. 10 bucks. 10 bucks extra and you have these shoes. And they're good to go. Although they do have an age limit. As far as I've seen many people that are above the age of 30, actually 25, wear Converse, like the classic Converse with the little white tip. No, not a fan of that. If you're past 25, I don't think you should be wearing those Chuck Taylors. These Converse are all right, I think, if you wear them past 20, they're fine, they're classic. But I think if you're wearing Chuck, you're looking like a child. I think once you go past that age, you need to wear solid shoes, boots. There's a person that has a great video on this, but I can't mention their name because this person's associated with groups that YouTube thinks are terrorist organizations. Where can I buy this magic cream? Let me see. This magic cream you could find in any department store. I hope that the microphone didn't die. I hope the microphone didn't die. I don't think it did. But you have two right here. This one, Martin Luther King, is swore by this product. until the day he died. He used it to shave his face, which is why his face was always so smooth for a black person. And every time I smell this, I go, I'm okay. And then this right here is the cream version of this. I recommend getting this. You rub this on your balls, you rub this on wherever you want hair gone, you wait 5 minutes, and then you wipe it off. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Smells a little bit weird, to be honest. I don't have the greatest smell, but you know what? You shower and you're good to go. You shower and you are good to go. So you can find it in any store. I've seen them everywhere. Now it smells like I'm shaving my balls. I've associated that scent with ball shaving. So that's PigCake, life hacks with PigCake. Right there, life hacks with PigCake. How to properly remove the hair follicles from your no-no area. I don't know how this works on your butt. I would not do that because as a man, I don't think you should be shaving your asshole. But this one definitely does the trick. And if you want to go cheapo, you get this because it's like $2 and it's powder. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Hygiene lesson with PigCake. I should have a whole video dedicated to that. But see, I had a wonderful idea that I thought was great in that, hey, Piggy, why don't you make a video? I'm talking to myself. Hey, Piggy, why don't you make a video, right? Why don't you make a video where you are going to show magicians workouts that they could do, exercises that they could do to improve their magic, but then the twist is that they're all regular workouts. And the joke is that you as a magician should exercise. 60 views. Not out to you, but Gavin McInnes. Yeah, I said the name. There you go. I said the name. Yeah, it's hysterical. He had a trick. I remember seeing a trick that he did where a card ended up in a condom inside of his asshole. So that was a trick that he did 12 years ago. But he has a tremendous video where he talks about fashion tips. And I agree 100% with that. I think that there's a certain age limit when it comes to your clothing and your attire. And if you're wearing Chuck Taylors for, 25, fuck, that's pretty indicative of your mentality there. You might want to get shoes that are to your age. I think you could be 50 and wear these and it's fine because they don't call attention to themselves. They're not these fucking space boots that you see people wear. They're quite substantial. I will admit those shoes are sexy and affordable. I'm guilty of wearing 5-finger socks with the same dilapidated pair of, I think you meant to say chancas, but instead you said chaka, like Chaka Khan, for the last 5 to 10 years. Okay, so you're one of those fuckboys that wear slides with socks. That's also a big no-no. It's also a big no-no. I unfortunately have been known to wear sandals, right? The little thong sandals, but I no longer am going to do that. I've committed. I'm no longer going to ever wear sandals with the thong on it. I think I've grown past that. It's over. That time period in my life was too soon, right? I wore sandals this year, and I'm never going to do that again. I've matured in that sense. So from now on, it's going to be Converse, white Converse, and I'm going to buy boots, and that's it. I'm going to be good for the rest of my life. Piggy making me doubt the checkerboard Vans I've been wearing since 8th grade. You should doubt those. You should doubt those. I need to recommend that video, but I don't know if it's out on YouTube anymore. Charlie, from that person that talked about fashion tips. It's a great video, and I recommend for everybody. It talks about both men and women and how to properly dress for your age. Let's see this. How much do you work out? Well, every day I try to do something. I've been eating less than 1,200 calories for the past 3 fucking weeks because I'm trying to lose a lot of weight, and I have lost a lot of weight. I've noticed. I fit in my pants better. I feel better. I look in the mirror and I don't hate myself. If I look at a video from a month ago, I look like a little meatball. But now I've lost all that, so I try to work out every day, at least something. And then, make sure that I commit myself to doing an intense workout at least 4 or 5 times a week. Let's see, the workout video was absolutely genius. I loved every second of it. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see this one. How old are you? I'm not going to say, but I'm not 26. Not 26. Unfortunately, I'm no longer 26. Thong sandals, God no, those are awful. I wear the gladiator type sandals. I know, okay, yes, there's Birkenstocks, you got the slides, the Nike slides, and then you got the shit that I wore, which is the thong sandals, all right? But no more. If you're a man, if you're a male, I think we should abolish those. As a matter of fact, I'm going to petition to our brand new president. If he could walk, I'm going to petition to him to make those, abolish those, to make those forevermore gone from the annals of society. Let's see my mic. I should drain my mic before I end the stream, right? I feel like I shouldn't end this at 2 hours. I should just drain my microphone. When my microphone dies, that's when I should end this. I wear hiking boots all the time, and I'm a teenager. There you go. There you go. You're working it right, right? You got the what do you call the there's a couple boot companies, Doc Martens, right? You could bust those out. Chelsea boots are all right. I think the hipsters kind of took those. So you have to really get the right Chelseas. If not, you're gonna look like you own a boutique coffee store. So you need to be very specific when it comes to the Chelseas. But Doc Martens, right? Chelseas, those are decent. What else? There's something else. I remember seeing them. I was gonna cop them, but they were way too expensive. Um, let's see. I have Rise Magic added to Fortnite. They're playing right now. Should join. You know what I want to do? I think somebody mentioned in their stream. Somebody mentioned in their stream Among Us. They did a recent live stream, and they did Among Us. I would love to play Among Us with Rise Magic. All right, that would sound like a tremendous game. So I'd be gladly a part of that. The diet's working. You went from a Copac 310 thick boy to a deck of verts in a matter of weeks. Let's see if I could flex out. Let's see if I could flex out here. I'm gonna try to flex out, pass out on purpose. Oh, for the sake of YouTube. All right, let's see if we can do this. I've seen many. I have a flex out compilation on PigCake Plus. So I'm an expert in flexing out. I literally have a compilation that's gotten more views in one video than any view on average in any video that I've published on PigCake Plus, or sorry, PigCake in the past year. I think I got like 20,000 views on that video. And I haven't gotten 20,000 views in a video that I've posted this past year. Fuck. So yeah, I gotta flex. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, it's worked. It's worked. So if you ever want to do that, just don't go on a 200 calorie deficit. Go on an 1,000 calorie deficit, and you're gonna be good to go. Do it for 3 weeks, and you'll lose substantial weight to at least feel good. This reminds me when you try to rip the fedora. Well, that fedora was reinforced, all right? That's what you don't know. That fedora that I tried to rip on air was reinforced, okay? It was one of those fedoras that's like made out of Tyvek, unrippable. So if I would have ripped that, I think people would have been, people would have thought of me different. The government would have come in and raided me. Sub 1,000 calories up sustainable and lead to a future. I know, it's temporary, right? But I think it's worked at least in the short term to lose some weight. And now I'm slowly going to build my way up. So now slowly I'm going to probably keep this up for the next month. Commit to it a little bit harder. Stay with at least 90% of 1,000 calories. And then change slowly. So I'm going to do an increment from 1,000, 1,100 to about 1,300 and then slowly progress until I feel happy. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. And even then I've still managed to get hammered. Although here's the thing. Here's the thing that I've noticed. I went to the store the other day. All right. We had a little bit of a hot barbecue and I was looking for beer. So beer is something I enjoy. However, I know beer gets you that gut, makes you have a little bit of titties. So I looked for the least caloric beer and I ended up settling on Michelob, which I think has 70 calories, 75 calories, the one that I got. Here's the thing, right? I noticed Bud Light is now selling a Bud Light Zero. So Budweiser has a Budweiser Zero, which is 0 alcohol content, 50 calories, and 0 sugar. What's the fucking point? Heineken's also doing the same thing. Heineken also has a 0 alcohol. Bud Light does not taste good. Bud Light tastes like hoppy water. Heineken tastes like fucking lemon piss water. Why would I want to enjoy that without the benefit of the liqueur in it? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. RB says, woo, I'm done working for the year. Damn, it must be nice to be in Australia. You Australians, man. Every time I see an Australian woman, I want to. There's an Australian woman, I think, at a bar that I go to. And man, she is quite the looker. Quite the looker. You lost me at a 0% alcohol content. The whole point of my channel is to get wasted and talk about magic. That's what I don't get. So they have 2 types of beer that are 0 alcohol. I understand non-alcoholic beer. Well, I don't understand that, but I remember my grandfather used to drink Old Milwaukee without alcohol, whatever. But they had zero alcohol, so I don't understand what the point of that is. Especially Bud Light, that doesn't. It's not known particularly for its flavor. Maybe if you have like a good flavorful type of beer, like a, I don't know, like something that tastes like an IPA, something that tastes like a sour, but it doesn't have alcohol. That's great, right? Bud Light. It's Bud Light. Just don't drink. It's bad for you. Yeah, I know. I know. Drinking is bad for you. DJ Sage is wrong. Drinking isn't bad for you. Getting drunk, maybe, but not drinking. Yeah, drinking is bad for you. You're drinking poison. You're drinking poison. The reason that you throw up when you have not so much of it is because it's poison. You're drinking poison, essentially. Um, I mean, beer used to be good because it was healthier than water, because beer would go through a process of boiling to boil out a lot of germs historically, and then people would get sick less drinking beer than water. Now, all you're doing is essentially uh, giving yourself titties, getting a beer belly because of bloat, and slowly but surely ruining your liver. That's essentially what beer does to you. So it's better not to drink per se, but at the same time, it's also fun to drink. It's also fun. It's also great to drink. So I'd rather deal with the health effects and deal with the fun than not have fun. Trust me, I did it for 27 years. Okay, I did it for 27 years, and well, not 27 years legally. I did it for 9 years. A hot British woman or Australian woman, and the winner is Australian woman. I think Australian woman is the winner of that. I think they're far enough from everywhere else, and they've had such a combination of people there. You know, you had the Brits there. Who else did you have migrate to Australia? I'm trying to think of other cultures. Obviously, the breeding was Aboriginals. Right, so you had the indigenous component. Right, you had the indigenous component and the generations of making beautiful women in that sense. Australian women less likely to give you COVID. Also, that is true. That is true. They're less likely to give you COVID, but I would let them give me COVID because they're really attractive. So if one of them goes, "Hey man, I got COVID, but I found you really attractive. You want to make out?" I'm gonna go, "You lost me at or sorry, you had me at hello. You had me at hello." Australians have better smiles. I found that the best way to insult an Australian is to bring up Crocodile Dundee. So that's one thing I like doing, by the way. Whenever there's somebody that gets introduced from whenever somebody, I get introduced to somebody from like a different country, I always hit on a stereotype, right? So, oh, Australian, do you know Crocodile Dundee? Brit, hey, how's your dental hygiene? Hey, the Queen, right? The Queen's crazy, right? Yeah, the Queen, because you guys with the Queen, yeah. Oh boy, Cuba. Yo, you swam here. Oh whoa. Hey, how was it coming on a refrigerator door? The Key West. Is that good? Yeah. I don't have a lot of friends, but would they let you give them COVID? Well, they don't have a choice because of the implication. I haven't seen Always Sunny in forever, but that's my favorite joke from Always Sunny. I had a friend migrate to Australia, and his comment was he couldn't understand how we had so many attractive women. It's the diet, man. It's your fucking diet. It's your isolation, and it's also generations of mating with, oh boy, with some thickums, with some fucking beautiful women over there. I'm also partial to like Indian women, dark indigenous women. I'm partial to all of that. I'm a huge fan of that. So maybe you know, my taste in women isn't necessarily the best. So is your stand-up set just other people's jokes? No, my stand-up set's not other people's jokes. It's all original shit. Okay, and you know what? Their jokes have all been adapted from other jokes and other people's jokes. Okay, it's the same thing with magic tricks. You don't have an original magic trick anymore. Everything's adaptations of everything else. Okay, so same thing in comedy. Everything's an adaptation of something else. So my stand-up set is solid gold from this mouth. Okay, so maybe my spontaneous humor is adaptations of other people's shit. All right, but my stand-up is all fucking original. Okay, my 5-minute bit about 9/11 and masturbation, it's solid gold. Okay, So don't. I'm pointing at the camera, by the way. The camera's up here. I hate how far it is from my face, by the way. My face is here. The camera's here. So I find myself constantly looking at myself. Um, Australian women more likely to be attracted to Davy Smith. Davy Smith? Are you talking about Davy Boy Smith? The British Bulldog? Is that who you're talking about? That's the only Davy Smith I'm not familiar of. Do you know why Jesus stopped playing hockey? He kept getting nailed to the board. I read somewhere that they might have found his house in Nazareth. I'm a fucking retard. I read somewhere that they might have found his house, but unfortunately, I did the thing that people do, and I read the title and not the actual article. But the title was still pretty interesting. That Jesus' home in Nazareth was potentially found, which is quite interesting. I love the fact that, especially when fucking ISIS was rising to power, I love their retardation nation of going through all these historical landmarks and going through all these buildings that have, withheld the test of time and have stayed up and, were preserved and shit. And they were just fucking running them over and exploding them and fucking ruining all these terrible things. I remember seeing that and I'm getting upset because of that. So it's still a wonder to me that places like, that's funny, Davy Smith, King of the Cocks. So it's a wonder to me that places like that still exist that have some, historical semblance. St. Augustine is one that's nearby here with a lot of historical significance. But that upset me. That upset me looking at all those fucking explosions. Not as like a history loser, but just as these things have stood up and then they've gone through everything, but they didn't go through humanity because unfortunately we're retards that are fighting each other for no fucking reason. Living in Florida and all, have you ever seen a monkey? I live near where Tarzan was filmed, so certain areas have children of monkeys that just got loose, chilling out. Tarzan was a cartoon. I imagine you're talking about Tarzan like the old school one, right? Unless you're talking about George of the Jungle. I don't know what Tarzan, like the old school Tarzan. I think that's a movie my mom made me watch when I was younger. It's had like an indigenous kid as Tarzan, if I remember correctly. Oh no, that was Jungle Book. I'm a retard. But Hungry, you crucified that joke. You sure did. You sure did. I bet Brendan Fraser would do a sick ace assembly. Now, yeah, I'm sure. Now he'd probably do a tremendous assembly of his wages to his ex-wife. I'm sure that's the best assembly he's done. Could you imagine? Could you imagine having to owe your wife or whoever the fuck you decided to stick your penis in and wed in the height of your career when you were coming out with shit like George of the Jungle and the fucking Mummy, and yet your value as an actor went down, but your expenses to your fucking bitch ex-wife were higher than ever because they assumed that you would keep this financial upbringing? How fucking crazy is that? Holy shit. You could still go to Orlando and go to the Mummy with Brendan Fraser still being the actual main character. They recently came out with a new Mummy and they still haven't made that transition because of how shit and shite that movie fucking was. So imagine being Brendan Fraser where you're literally the Mummy. You're literally in that fucking movie and you owe more money to your wife or your ex-wife than you've ever made in your career. At least you won't ever have to worry about owing your future wife a whole lot. That's good. Yeah, that's tremendous. And I'm gonna sign a prenup. I'm gonna be like George Costanza in Seinfeld when he suggests to his wife, "Hey, we should do a prenup," and she goes, "George, I make more money than you." So I'm gonna do that and see how that goes. To whatever woman decides to, whatever woman I trick, honestly. I can't get a substantially long relationship unless I trick a woman. So that's the only way that I'm going to be able to fool a woman into marriage and staying with me for a prolonged period of time is through trickery. So Costanza got that fat wallet drip. Yeah, I still remember the fucking... They sell that wallet, by the way. The old Tarzan, a lot of the underwater stuff near water was filmed in Wakula Springs. The Creature from the Black Lagoon was also filmed mostly in the springs. You know what I love about Washington? You know what I love more about Hollywood? I love that they have all these sets that they spend millions of dollars setting up and building, and they'll go to a jungle and they'll have this fucking set with all these rigs and these rails for the cameras, and especially here we had a place, we had the place that I want to do a video on, which is it was known as Jimbo's. They shot like a bunch of shows there, and they had a bunch of movies, and they would just literally leave the shit there. So all the stuff that they did, they would literally leave it there. So you have all these movie sets that you could find. I think it's called Abandoned Hollywood, that you could find all these abandoned sets of these classic movies where they just left the shit there. The stuff that they spend millions of dollars on, they just leave it. And they're like, but we care about the environment because Leo DiCaprio said so. Yeah, but your movie ruined the entire fucking ecology of a 5-mile radius in a jungle. Okay, thank you for that. The actor that played George Costanza, Jason Alexander, has a wonderful Penguin Live lecture. I think it's one of the best. But here's the part that I hate about the Penguin Live lectures, right? If they don't do tricks, they get shitty reviews. That one was, I think, one of the exceptions. But there have been a couple good ones that I've seen them that there were interviews, and I'm like, oh, this is great. This is a great interview. But then people say, oh, he didn't even show any tricks. Sometimes information and anecdotes are more valuable than sleight of hand and tricks. Okay? So for Jason Alexander's one, he didn't teach any trick. He just talked about his experience as Jason Alexander, or sorry, as the stereotype of him being George, and what he did to circumvent that. And fucking tremendous. So that's one that I think everybody should get, that Jason Alexander one. He does very marginal tricks. He does silent treatment by by John Allen. He does silent treatment by that as his opener. He does a mental epic. He does a mental epic board. He does which hand is the coin in routine. And he talks about his psychology doing all these things. And one of my favorite bits is how he circumvents being George. So he was saying that the first thing that people think of, obviously, when they see him is George. Oh, they go, hey, you're George from Seinfeld. But he does and mitigates that with his first piece by not talking, by not fucking talking, which I thought was brilliant. So he has a lot of psychology. Anything with the slightest bit of theory, I got nothing from this. You are exactly right. Yeah, you are exactly right. That's exactly what you fucking get from these stupid Penguin Magic reviews. When it's anything that's to do with theory or, mentality or things that could affect your magic other than actual fucking tricks, what do you get? You get assholes that go, he didn't even teach a trick. I want to learn magic. He didn't even learn a trick. Which is fucking stupid. I've seen so many great lectures that are like, this guy is terrible. What is this? Because he didn't show a trick. Fucking losers. I love when the reviews say the lectures are so long. Yeah, it was so long. He talks so much. Oh my God. He spent like 3 hours there showing us tricks and talking about stuff that he's experienced that could maybe be interpreted for your own performance and affect, things that you do and change it up for better. But no, he did too long. Kramer's stand-up meltdown is better than Costanza's Penguin Live Lamau. No, Kramer on Letterman was better than Kramer's meltdown. I think that was a better thing, because he has that awkward thing where he's sitting down and Jerry Seinfeld's there, and then people are laughing at him, and he goes, "See, even people are laughing here, and they shouldn't be laughing. This is very serious." Even though he was essentially coming off of a coke binge, doing a stand-up set, calling people ends. Did the chat disconnect here? I don't know why the chat disconnected on my comp. That's kind of odd. It didn't disconnect here, did it? No, I just got to scroll down all the way. Kramer's meltdown was a masterclass in misdirection and some tip technique. You can't be funnier than me, Brian. Fuck. God damn it. You've only made like 4 comments this entire stream, and they've all been bangers. They've all been bangers, including that one. That was quite a substantial one. But what I love, by the way, is that he thought that he that he won the situation. He thought that he won the situation because I think he had a black person heckling him, and then he goes, "It's what I do. It's essentially what I do that I mentioned earlier. Not that, but it's essentially what I do when it comes to the first time you meet somebody. You think of the stereotype that has to do with whatever it is they look like, and you go, N, great. So same thing I do with Australians. Hey, Crocodile Dundee. Oh, Indian? Oh, you must love spicy shit, right? You must love spicy shit. Hey man, how's that 7-Eleven? Same thing I do. It's sad that most magicians could enhance their performance by studying Clint Eastwood yelling at a chair. Well, I don't know. I think yes and no. Because a lot of theater people, I think, are attracted to magic because they go hand in hand together. But I think knowledge of theater and blocking and all that, I think that could actually negatively affect your tricks because you're not thinking within the confines of creativity. You're thinking within the confines of everything you've learned for theater, right? And I think I've mentioned this before that I hate to be virgin here, but I'm envious of people that are just learning magic because the people that are just learning magic, they don't have any context for the shit. So they're trying to figure out how to do things without knowing all this shit. So sometimes they come up with better ways to do things just based on the fact that they're not limited by, oh, I'll just do a double lift here. So they come up with different ways to do things that magicians don't. Magicians just think. They just think in terms of what they know. But I think it's way better to have absolutely no knowledge base of that and just have fresh ideas. One of the best people for this was Jerry Andrus. Jerry Andrus was one of my favorite magicians, and I don't think he was known for not reading magic books. So he was known for coming up with his own stuff, and all his stuff were unique sleights, unique tricks, his own interpretation on how to do like classic stuff. And he would just come up with these new innovative ways. And if you watch his card stuff is ridiculous because he'll have like a pass where it's like floating and shit, or being balanced, against his wrist. He'll come up with a bunch of weird shit. But that was because I don't think he had a good foundation classically to know. He just made up his own shit, which was phenomenal. So I think knowing too much is a detriment. So same thing with having theater and magic. You could learn a lot in terms of projection, and you could bring in that. You could bring in, some aspects of blocking and some aspects of making sure that whatever you're doing is as clear as possible, much like a theater performance. But at the same time, I do think that that leads you to think within the confines of theater and not think otherwise. So that's my very virgin interpretation of that. Mark Cobain says, Piggy, I'm going to work. I wish you all the best. Thank you, dog. You keep it tight. Slagini didn't hang around with magicians, so his stuff is unique. Yeah, because he was trying to solve problems in ways that weren't necessarily conventional. And look at that, people study him to this day and say, oh, this guy's the master of misdirection. And how long has he been fucking dead for? 92, essentially. And then people are still swearing by his techniques. So I think there's something to that. There's something to coming into things fresh and trying to. I think maybe it would be an interesting project to try to have give a layperson an effect, and have them try to come up with a method for that effect without any previous knowledge of magic. So you tell a layperson, okay, so your job is to make sure that this person names any card, and then that card ends up at any number that they name. And then see how they come up with that. They might say, oh, you just have 52 decks around, and you pick up the relevant deck. Or they might say some other interesting thing. But I think that'll be a very interesting way to solve problems. Did you see In and of Itself? I was talking about that. I was trying to remember what the name was. Turner was telling me on how it was and all the shit about it, but I haven't seen it. I thought it was going to be like an only live thing, but I guess COVID fucked it up. Or actually made it easily accessible for everybody. But no, I have not seen it, but I've only heard positive reviews about it. And just based on the tricks that I've heard, or the actual individual pieces that I've heard of it, sounds like the greatest fucking show of all time. Mm. Although Derek, I think he had a blog post once. I remember Derek, if I remember correctly, he had like a blog post once that made me want to punch a child. But apart from that, you know what? I think I'm going to end it here. I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's been 2 hours and 19 minutes. Quite substantial. Are you upset you didn't get the Pixel 4a 5G? No, because I'm not trying to get radiation on me. Okay, I'm going to say it like that girl that was at that class once that I took. That she said, when I put food in the microwave, I put a paper towel on it so the food doesn't catch the microwaves. So I'm glad I didn't get a Pixel 4a 5G because I don't want 5G to melt my brain waves. All right, I need to use my brain waves to formulate my manifesto. All right, and to figure out different ways recruit people into the alternative right. Okay, that's a joke. That's a joke. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I think it was a hot stream. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna keep this up, right? Because fuck it, why not? Fuck YouTube. I hate YouTube. But I'll keep posting. I'll keep posting. So be on the lookout for that. Apart from me, I'm gonna go figure out different ways to. Oh boy, man, I don't even know. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to um, fracture my ankle. Joe Biden likes little girls.